I think we're live. Are we live again? Is it that time of day? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if we're live. I think we are. I think we are. Let's see. Let's see. We've got 10 people already watching. You guys are legends. I really appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys are doing all right. Welcome back to the YouTube live streams, guys. Welcome back to the YouTube live streams. Let's have a look. First, John, my friend, hope you're doing all right. Obi, welcome. Aloha, Thomas. How are you, my friend? I'm doing all right, my friend. Did you guys have a good weekend? Let me know in the chat if you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I had one. Grabbing the water. Let's have a look for today, guys. Let's have a look what's gonna happen today. Oh, look at that. We got Nightbot installed. If you enjoy the live streams, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. That's what I fixed over the weekend. Hope you're doing great. Had a restful weekend. I'm doing fantastic. Hopefully you are doing great as well. Thank you for even asking. I really appreciate that. Got 20 people tuning in already. Hope you guys are doing all right. Wieland, welcome to the live stream. Max, hope you're doing all right, bro. Peace, Nil, of course. Welcome back, guys. Market is chopped. Yeah, the market is chopping at the moment. But I do still see some potential here. We're gonna see what happens, though. Hello. Hope your day is going well. My day is going fantastic, my friend. How is your day so far? Let me know how your day is so far. We're gonna go over the market here in a second, guys. I'm logging into my Lucid account. Give me 1 second here, and then we're gonna go and see what the market has for us in store today. We're gonna see what the market has for us in store today. Let's see. Put this one here. I need to put something on. Give me 1 sec. Copy trading. Let's see. All right. I think it's fixed. Yes, it's fixed. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Come on, baby. Do it for me. All right. All right, let's see. Do you have a journal? A journal? You mean as in trading journal? For the live streams? No, I don't have one. No. Hope your day is going well. It's better since I saw you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Muggsy. Yo, Tommy, how things are going? Things are going fantastic, man. Any day above ground, guys, is a good day. You remember that. Any day above ground is a good day. Let's see. What's Nightbot? It's a thingy in the chat. Can you see it in the chat? Nightbot says, if you enjoy the live streams. Oh, give me back. If you enjoy the live streams, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. That's what Nightbot says. Pretty sure, right here. You can see it right here. You see that? Right here. Awesome. Good morning. Clayton, how are you doing, my friend? Mr. C, welcome to the live stream, bro. Can you explain why you want to go short? Because I got stopped out twice. I haven't spoke about why I wanted to do anything at all as of yet. We're gonna do it now. So let's have a look at the charts for today. So I am a little bit mixed when it comes to a directional bias. I think we can take out the previous day highs, or we can take out previous day lows. It's Monday still, could also be an inside day, right? So we have some things we have to look out for here in this instance. We can see for the current momentum that we're trading higher. We have a small opening gap right here that we tapped into twice, and we're moving to the upside, as you guys can see here on the chart, right? So we tapped into it, and now we're moving up, coming back down, moving back up, and we can see that we're actually tapping into fair value. And after we tap into fair value, we're moving higher once again, and we just rated current day high, right? The question is now, are we going to look for a continuation play higher, or are we looking for the reversal play lower? We're really close to this near point of liquidity, which I find interesting to see what happens if we want to go and get that or take that out. When it comes to MNQ, so I'm a little bit mixed, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a continuation play for 6, and we're going to go rate a little bit higher, but I also wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a short potential play, and we're going to look for the rate towards current day low and to these previous equal lows right at the bottom. When it comes to the VIX is a little bit in a mixed predicament for me, right? It looks like the VIX wants to go higher, right? And we do not have we do not really have anything significant at the top of the current day, meaning that if we look at the daily time frame, we instantly trading it to the downside, trading back into the previous daily range, and this could be an expansion play higher back towards these highs on the left, right? So this means that the VIX could go higher, and as you guys know, the VIX is a contra product when it comes to the Nasdaq, so there's a big chance that if the VIX wants to rise, that the Nasdaq wants to actually sell off. And in this instance, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, the Nasdaq has been selling for a longer period of time here, so maybe it wants to continue lower. The question is Monday going to be the day that happens, right? Because Monday is often enough, Monday is a bit of a tricky situation here, guys, right? For the most ideal profile for the week, you would say that Tuesday or Wednesday puts in a low, the high of the week, and then you have the continuation play on Thursday to Friday. That's the most ideal weekly profile that you can get, right? In this scenario, it could also be that Monday potentially is going to be the low of the week, meaning that we're going to flip for the current week here on the VIX. We're going to go rise higher, meaning that this is going to be the top for the week, and we're going to just continue its downtrend as it's been massively selling off at the moment, right? You can see it here also in the weekly, pretty massive down candle for the week. We're trading back into it. We're trading back into the week low from 6th of July, right? And it could potentially flip from here. We're going to see what happens though. I wouldn't be surprised if they also want to come a little bit higher, meaning they're going to rate previous day high, trade back into the range for a little bit more of a period, and then sell off lower, right? I would even think that that's more ideal personally. And we're going to see what happens here though. So that's the current predicament for me. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if it wants to go higher from this current location, but if it wants to go lower and follow the initial trend, this could also be the case, right? So I have a couple of things that I'm looking for when it comes to the Nasdaq. And if we then look at gold, so for gold, it's a bit of a tricky environment as well, right? If you look at gold, overall gold has been selling off pretty massively here. We have some relative equal lows to the downside. If you look at 6.2 and you look at 5.5, those could be a potential target. We already rated previous day high. So in this instance, the nearest point of liquidity, your low-hanging fruit, you could say, has been taken out by gold already, right? And when we're looking at the DXY actually tapped back into the daily open. So the question is now, does the DXY actually want to flip bullish and deliver higher, meaning that gold is going to continue its down momentum from here and we're going to actually sell off and just continue its original trend? Or once the DXY rate a little bit lower before it wants to rise higher in this instance, right? That's the big question. We've been also selling off a little bit here on the DXY. So it's like, it's a bit of a they're contradicting one another when it comes to the correlating assets, right? But we'll see what happens here though. If they actually want to push higher here on the DXY, this means that there's a big chance we're going to sell lower on gold. And we are already in a level that I would say it looks favorable for shorts on gold, right? But we do need the DXY to follow up here. And when it comes to oil, yeah, oil, it's been rising. It's closed in the gap that it created overnight due to some geopolitical news, most likely, right? And it closed in the gap. Is it going to continue higher now is the question. If it does that, it's beneficial for us if we're looking for shorts on gold. So for the current play for today, I would like to see gold go down lower, right? I'm aware that it's Monday, so it could also be that this is not going to be the high of the week, and Tuesday is going to re-rate it higher, meaning that we might even go to 49 before it actually initially wants to sell off. But I would like to look for shorts on gold purely based on the fact that the DXY looks for me like it wants to flip bullish and go higher. And this means that I would just continue the trend here for gold to the downside. We do need to wait for some form of confirmation, because right now it doesn't look that clean for me personally to get involved here, right? So I need to see some form of displacement lower potentially, and wait for the new hour to open up, clear top wick, get involved in the top wick, and then get the break even if they flip the hourly candle for something like that, right? So that would be the ideal situation for me personally. And when it comes to the Nasdaq, yeah, like I said before, we just rated current day high. Does it want to continue higher from here and actually go towards this high that's been stacked up here, or do we want to sell off from here? That's the big question. It purely comes down to what the VIX is going to do. And when I'm looking at the VIX, I would prefer the VIX to flip bullish, meaning that trying to long it here is going to be a little bit tricky for me. So for now, I'm just going to wait patiently and sit tight and see what happens here. Let's say they actually want to rate higher. This is not even bad for us, because it means that we could also short from higher up. So that's the bias for today for me, personally. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are looking for. And yeah, let's have a stream. Let's have a good stream today, guys. We got 50 people watching already. Hope you guys are doing all right. And yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so yeah, trading. I'm seeing a pattern in my trading just pinned down to how stop FOMO and greed, no stop loss, or not closing partials. Oh, you're talking about the journal. Yeah, I've journaled over probably 1,000 trades in total. 100%. Like I had a Discord group that I used for myself, where I journaled every single trade that I took, right? Every single one of them. And I did it for multiple instances, right? So wait, this is one of them. Let me see. Give me 1 second. It's still loading, so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, for example, look at this. All right, you see that? You see how many that is? This is gonna continue, right? So yeah, this is I've journaled everything, and I'm talking about full-on essays about what I see and why I took entries and stuff like that. So I for sure have a really big journal when it comes to trading. I made 2K in London at the session at the gold at the London session. I went long. Well played, my friend. Well played. Nice. Well played. Let's have a see. Hello, sir. Benz92. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you're doing good. Morton, good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. For the guys that have been here before, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. That would be highly, highly appreciated. It helps the stream out. So if you want to do that for me, that would be highly appreciated. And yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what's going to happen. Oh, what do you guys think about the new banner, by the way? What do you mean, a thumbnail? The new thumbnail. What do you guys think about it? Actually, I gave it a little bit of an upgrade. Added some gold bars to it. Of course, AI did it. I didn't do it. Like, I'm not a... I'm not a photographer or whatever. But yeah, what do you guys think about the new thumbnail? How can I join your Discord? It's not an open Discord. It's for me personally. I use it to journal my positions, the trades that I take, and all the information that I've gathered. Alright, so... yeah, you can see it here. So this, for example... it's just me trading, right? So I took one trade a day on most of these days, just to see how I was doing. And this was one of the accounts that I got paid out on top 1 futures. So I journaled everything here, right? So this is just how I do it personally, as you can see here. So I journal a lot of the trades that I took on this account. This is from, let me see, from when this is from 2025, right? So this was from a long time ago. From a long time ago. Yeah, journaling every single position. Yeah. I have my own Discord as well. It's a great journal, but yeah, at some point maybe you need a Discord. Yeah, for sure, DPT, you're right on, bro. I was planning on creating like a little trading. I wanted to call it the Trading Society. Call it the Trading Society. Have like our own little group where you can just chat and, you know, go over markets and stuff. That's definitely the goal in the future, for sure. Doing great. Did 250 kilometers with the bicycle yesterday for the first time in my training, and everything went really good. That's crazy, bro. 250 kilometers. That's insane, bro. That's nice. Well played. Well played, my friend. That's like, what is that? Like it's 180 miles or something? Miles to kilometers. Oh no, it's even more. That's 350 miles. You did 350 miles. Oh no, I'm lying. 250. Yeah, it's 180. It's 180, around 180 miles. That's crazy, bro, on a bike. That's crazy. Hope you're doing alright, DBT. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Hope you're doing alright. How was your weekend? My weekend was okay, bro. Thank you for asking. My weekend was alright. What's up, bro? You good today? Let's get some profit this week. Yes, I'm doing alright, bro. I'm doing alright. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, I think me and you over journal. Yeah, bro. I think so, but I don't think there's anything wrong with journaling. But yeah, guys, you have to understand. Like, I went through my journal era that I was like screaming at myself in my journal. Did you guys ever did that before? Typing in caps lock to yourself, calling yourself a loser for doing stupid shit. I did all of it. I did it all. How are you, sir? I'm doing good, Queen. I hope you're doing alright, my friend. Did you guys watch the game yesterday? Congratulations to Spain. There's no denying that they deserve to win that match. Like, if it went to penalties, they might have actually lost. So I'm glad that it didn't happen. Because they deserve to win that match. They had, like, the entire game. I think they had, like, 90% ball pressure. That was crazy. Open a Discord server for us and your subscribers. Yeah, we'll definitely do in the future. Hi, Thomas. What a wonderful name. Thomas, you're completely right, my friend. Welcome back. Tuning in from Dubai. Hope you're doing alright. I hope you're doing alright. I even use voice notes. Yeah, I've did that as well. Was good to see them win. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was watching it yesterday. I watched the entire game. And I gotta be honest with you. They did deserve the win 100%. Like, there's no denying. I'm sorry for all the Argentina fans, but there was no way that Argentina deserved to win that match. So I'm really glad that Spain won. We'll see what the market will give us. Yeah, let's see, bro. Let's have a look. So when it comes to the Nasdaq overall, like I said, I'm preferring shorts. But let's say we manage to close above on the current 15-minute candle from this fair value gap. I wouldn't mind to look for the continuation play, meaning that I would look for the continuation from 6 and put the stop below the low, and then just target the nearest point of liquidity here, right? I think if we can get the likes up to 500 a few weeks in a row, maybe we can get Tommy open a Discord. Yeah, you might be right, DPT, but we do need like 500 viewers for the 500 likes. But that would be nice. The craziest thing was that Trump had to congratulate Spain despite his recent talks to ignore Spain. Now I see what you mean, Max, but there's a difference in like a football team or politicians, right? The people that are in the football team, they can't do anything about the politics going around the world, right? I don't think Trump has any issue with congratulating them regarding the win and stuff. Personally, I don't know. I never spoke to him before, right? So I have no idea. Sir, 6k in profits, but FundedNext terminated my 50k account. Yeah, that's really tough, my friend. Sorry, I can't help you with that, Akino. I know you told me because you were you're trading from Pakistan, right? And they don't allow you to, right? Football is politics. Yeah, but a different type of politics, bro. Fixed games and stuff, you know, like I am, but it's not. It's different, you know. Without news, markets are so boring. Yeah, let's hope there's some volume coming in though. But boring doesn't necessarily mean it's bad though, right? If there's no volume and the market's a bit slower, you know, it means you can stay in the trade longer before you get taken out. Yeah, it means you can enjoy the trade a little bit longer, you know. All right, let's see. So we retested 6 o'clock open for gold. I I wouldn't trade this for no reason at all right now, right? Based on the 1 minute and based on the lower time frame. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Like I said, for gold, if I want to look for the shorts on gold, I would see some closure down lower and wait probably for 7 o'clock to open up here for a potential short entry on gold. But it also depends on what the DXY is gonna do for us here. If they actually want to push through the yes or no, because that's a major that has some influence for us. We can see that VIX is selling off lower. We can see that we tapped into the fair value gap here on the 15-minute time frame, and we're selling lower now. 6 is just delivering down. So what could be a potential target for 6? I would say that this inefficiency here with a no bottom wick could be a target. So I'm gonna put an alert just before it and see what happens. And let's also see what happens once we tap into monthly open here for the VIX. 400 lots just got filled on ES. Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I've been looking into order flow. I'm still setting it up. I actually managed to get a deal with the ATAS for you guys, but I'm not done yet with setting it up. But once it's set up, I'll let you guys know. How is it going, Thomas? I'm doing good, Gamjam. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? We got 68 people watching. If you guys enjoy the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. It would be highly appreciated. And hit the notification bell so you always know when I go live. I'm trying to like figure out some stuff still, guys. I'm relatively new to streaming. I did it in the past, but now I'm trying to figure some stuff out with OBS. Maybe make like a little overlay. Wouldn't that be sick? Wouldn't that be amazing? All right, we can see that we're buying up here. We're gonna wait for probably this 15-minute closure to close, and then we would look for the continuation play higher here for the Nasdaq. Fantastic, bro. Thanks. Good to hear, my friend. I'm happy to hear that. And the target would be the red line above. That would be the ideal scenario here. But we do need the VIX to continue lower. So we will pay close attention for what happens when they tap into the monthly open. Because as you guys know, if they tap into the monthly open, they could also just sell off. Meaning that they tap back above 6 and they close below it. And then they just sell it off all the way. And we would have to look for shorts. Because we know that the current day high is rated, right? So we know that the current day high just got rated. I saw you created a live stream on Saturday for today. I mixed the days and I got excited although the market is closed. Yeah, nice. I appreciate that. Just know we love you, Thomas. John, I appreciate that a lot, my friend. I love you guys as well. I'm really glad you guys are here. Like I said, I still don't know exactly what to say about the fact that you guys tune into the live streams on a continuous basis. I truly appreciate it. Mildred, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see. Good to hear that everything is all right, Camjam. Good to hear, bro. Good to hear. Do you mean the weekly open? Which one are you referring to, bro? No. Wait, why does... Okay, wait, sorry. I don't know what just happened. Nigel, thank you, you're right. I don't know what happened here, but Nightbot Nightbot deleted your message. I have to figure it out that he's obeying the rules, Nightbot. I'm sorry, Nigel. Yes, you're right. Almost 2k subs. Let's hope we hit it. But no, I'm referring to the monthly open on the Volks, my friend. So not on MNQ, but on the Volks, so on the volatility index. Can you see that here? This is the monthly open. Right? So the monthly open on MNQ is way higher. Yeah, it's way higher. Yeah. But on the VIX, it's we're already tapping into it now. But yes, you're right, Nigel. I hope nothing happened here. I don't think so. I think you're still here. I'll have to adjust, guys. Just for now, don't type with caps lock. If you type with caps lock, Nightbot is gonna delete the message. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thomas is the future of live streaming. Yeah, let's hope so, Mr. C. Let's hope so. Good morning from Nigeria. Today's my second day here. My friend, welcome. Hope you're doing all right. All good. Do you trade BTC? No, I do not trade BTC. But when it comes to like the technical side of things, I'm still preferring it to go lower, right? I'm like I mentioned last time, I would like to see it go towards 50k. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the market thinks of it, you know, because like when it comes to technicals on BTC, sure, there's some actual buying pressure and people are trading supply and demand and they're buying at favorable levels. But most of the buying comes from when the masses is late to the party, you know. Oh, Thomas, live checked 0 day J. No, he's a legend. Jay is an amazing guy, bro. Jay is like the most transparent guy I've known in the trading industry. Like genuinely speaking, he is the most. He sometimes, you know, he likes to talk as how he likes to talk, but he is like an amazing dude. Like genuinely speaking, he is the most transparent out there of all of them. He's showing what every trader goes through. So check him out for sure. 0 day J. Remy. Good morning, all. Good morning. Welcome back to the live stream. He made me laugh so hard. Yeah, Jay's a fantastic human being. He has that natural charisma to him. He's just blunt, you know? He just says what he thinks, and that's just how he is. What's his name? His name is 0 day J. I'll show you guys the YouTube channel. Give me 1 second here. 0 day J. Here you go. 0 day J. Here he is. He's a fantastic guy. He's lovely. All right, let's see. He doesn't trade ICT or anything like it though. For the guys that are wondering, he mostly uses Fibonacci's. All right, let's see what happens here. We tapped back into 6 o'clock, sold it off a little bit. We tapped into the monthly open, as you guys can see here, the more level that I warned about, and we're actually buying itself up now. So let's see what happens here, guys. This could be a major pointing to turning. Come on, Thomas, wake up! A major turning point in the market. If they flip from the monthly open, actually deliver back above 6 o'clock high. This would mean for me that it might be valid for the reversal play here on VIX, meaning that we could sell off from here on MNQ. But it really depends on what happens here now, right? We're gonna see what happens, guys. We're gonna see what happens. Gold sell, yeah, we're breaking higher on gold, meaning that we're breaking lower on the DXY. We tapped into the daily open and we couldn't break it, and we're selling off now. So yeah, I'm flat on gold for now, guys. I would prefer the longs or the shorts on gold, personally. But it really depends on what the DXY does here. If the DXY wants to continue higher or lower, then my trade ID would be invalid. But yeah, I find it really tough to buy here, personally. So for me, it's not going to be beneficial to buy here, personally. I've been working on the PDF, guys, right? Guys, by the way, for the guys that are wondering, I've been working really hard on the PDF. I actually started and made another copy to adjust some things here. Wait, give me 1 second. So, why is it? Alright, like this. Alright, so I've been working on it, right? And I've been really working it out, as you guys can see, right? So I'm talking about everything on how I see the market, give you guys an understanding on the time-based executions and stuff. So I've been working really hard on it, okay? I've been working really hard. I already have some things finished for you guys. Once it's done, you guys will I'll let you guys know. But I've been working on it, okay? I've been working on it. Very cool. Been keen to have a read. Yeah, you will have access to it soon. And then you know, you scroll through it and you do whatever you feel like doing with it, you know? We got 67 people watching. Hope you guys are doing alright. Thank you all for tuning into the live streams. Highly appreciate it. Alright, we're closing back above 6. Are we closing back down again on the VIX? is the big question here now. Currently we are rising higher, which I find interesting. What is ES doing? We're not above yet, so we have a bearish divergence at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna give it a crack here, guys, on the buy back when they come back into the level here, but I need to wait for the closure first, so I'm waiting 25 seconds, and otherwise I'm giving this a crack higher back on 6 for the continuation play higher back towards these highs. Make sure to manage your risk though. We need to see the VIX flip again to the downside, so we need to break them through and go back to the inefficiency here below. But yeah, let's see. We first need a good closure. Closure is alright. Alright, let's tap back into 6 o'clock open for me would be the buy. Oh, give me 1 sec. And the stop would be below 6 o'clock low at the moment. So let's see whether or not they want to give this to us. Oh, okay. Let's see, they're not gonna go without us. That would be crazy. I'm using low risk here, guys. Reasoning wise, that if they manage to break the current 6-hour low to the downside, I would prefer the shorts, right? Meaning that we're now at a crucial level. Either the VIX wants to continue pushing through down, or they want to flip and redeliver higher, right? So that's why I'm using a little bit of low risk. In case they want to continue pushing higher, this I wouldn't mind it, but I'm still a bit iffy because of the level that we just tapped on the VIX here, right? So manage your risk correctly here, guys. Alright, we got tapped in here. Let's see if they want to continue pushing higher, or they want to flip and go lower. A re-break of the current 15-minute high would be break even for me personally. So let's see if this wants to happen. And let's see if the VIX wants to continue pushing to the downside, or we're gonna flip from the monthly open here. That's the big question. We see that the VIX actually is responding pretty bullish at the moment. So we have to wonder and see what happens. We actually raided back into 6 o'clock for ES, but never took out the high, which means we have a bearish divergence currently at play for ES, right? Meaning that this could be a sweep of liquidity for the Nasdaq. We'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens, whether or not they want to continue pushing higher. Are people willing to buy up the price is the question. Hello, Singing Traders, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Singing Traders. Amazing, amazing. Good to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you too, my friend. Glad to see you tuning back into the live stream. Let's see what happens here, guys. Are you in a trade? Yeah, I'm in this long right now. I'm in this long. I'm just looking at what the VIX is doing here. Whether or not the VIX wants to continue selling off and go for the inefficient price action below. That would be the ideal situation. Meaning that we'll continue pushing higher here on the Nasdaq. It's a bit of a tricky situation to be in. So I'm really precise with my risk here. Because if they manage to close, let's say they do sweep 6 o'clock high and they close back into the range, close below, break the current low, then I would say that the delivery is switching and we're gonna go the other way. So that's why I'm a bit mixed, but for now it looks okay. If they want to stay up here and they want to sell it off on the VIX again to the downside, breaking through the monthly low or the monthly open again, that would be beneficial. We'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. If they come back into the current high from the 15, I would go to break even, personally. Choppy kind of day. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's Mondays, you know. Monday is always, Monday's fun day, play day, you know. It's a play day, Monday. I mostly, to be honest, mostly I avoid trading Mondays. Most of the times, but I'm like, okay, let's go live. If we see something, then we just trade it, you know. If you manage your risk, you should stay in the game anyways. All right, let's see. So we sweeped the inefficient price action and we're selling it off pretty hard here. Let's see what the VIX is doing. We need to see some selling pressure coming in here for the VIX. ES is selling off pretty drastically here, so we do have some form of formation saying that this might not play out. We're gonna see what happens though. Yeah. I'm pretty confident for the stop though, so I'm gonna leave it for what it is at the moment. If they take out my stop, yeah, you know, I'm wrong on the bias or whatsoever. But this is the current 6-hour low, meaning that if they take that one out, it switches the entire dynamic of the trend at the moment, right? So I'm gonna leave it as it is. Did you do any trades on Friday? No, I think not. I think not. I was live on Friday, right? So we had one trade on Friday, I think, that did not play out, and then I locked the account out because I got upset. Yeah, so I locked the account out because that was the best thing I should have done. So I locked it out. I did not have any trades afterwards. Yeah, it was a better idea personally, man. All right, let's see what happens here. We're still holding up pretty nicely here, which is fine. You know, if this wants to stay here, that's all right. I blew the whole profit from the week on Friday. Yeah, Friday was a tough one, bro. But for me, it was mostly tough because of the break-even play. Like we catched the top of the top, right? Like it was an amazing play for at least the time being that we wanted to be in the trade. And I just got really upset the moment I did not get involved afterwards anymore, you know? Like it really did something to me for some reason. So I had to lock the account out because otherwise I would have just gone tilt, you know? I would have gone on tilt. And we're buying up pretty heavily here on the VIX. But it's not following through here on the Nasdaq. ES is selling off. Do we have a divergence in favor for us at the moment by the Nasdaq being so bullish is the question. I wonder what's gonna happen here, guys. Yeah, looking at those 3-minute closures is not ideal. I'm doing an exercise letting price hit my stop loss. This is my main reason I blow challenges, not accepting small losses and then letting it grow while hoping to average myself out of the trade. Yeah, that's a big that's a common problem, bro. Is and I added as well in the beginning. Is the ego, right? Is the ego stepping in and not willing to accept that you're wrong on a position. But in the end, like, I think the most important thing that something you might need to focus on, and maybe the PDF can help you with that. Like I said, I'm not an institutional trader. I'm not a fantastic trader myself. I still make mistakes. But something you could look into is your definition of your stop loss. Right now, my stop loss is placed at like the most logical reasoning location it could be at. I could also place it at this low, but my stop is placed at the current creation of the candle I'm trying to trade. Meaning that if they break this low, for the creation that I'm in, I'm wrong. You see what I mean? Like if I'm looking at 6 at the moment, if they re-break this low, it could go lower and then go higher, right? Don't get me wrong. But if they break this low, for the delivery I'm chasing, I'm wrong, you know? So my stop loss makes a lot of sense, you know? If I put my stop, let's say I'm trading the 1 minute, and I put it here, or I put it here, or whatever, I put it in the middle of the range, it might not make a lot of sense. So if I then get stopped out, I might get emotional if it then runs in my favor, you know? Even though you could have also just used 1 stop loss instead of 5 of them on random locations. That could be something you could look into. That worked for me at least, you know, that did a lot of beneficial things for me personally. Alright, I got the last 5 minutes for the current 15-minute candle. We're still holding 6 up, so that's looking alright, but it's been consolidating a lot here, guys. I do need to see some selling pressure coming here for the VIX, otherwise it's not beneficial. There's a more premium 15-minute FEG to the downside. Don't you think we can get into it and then tap and go higher? Yeah, for sure. It could definitely happen. The reason why I'm in the trade is mostly due to the closure on the 15. We closed back above 6 o'clock open after we tapped into into the FEG and then pushing it higher, right? So for me, this is a change of state of delivery on the lower time frame for a continuation play higher above 6. You see, 6 is the current candle I'm trading. So that's the reason for my entry. And I'm also looking at the VIX. And the VIX did give us some selling pressure. But now it's stopping to sell. But we're holding up. So, I mean, it looks really bullish to me at the moment for the Nasdaq. Because we're not selling through, even though the VIX is buying itself up. So that's the main reason here, chat. Why I'm in the long from here. The question is, are we going to continue higher? We have bearish divergence with the S. Meaning that we're pushing high. ES is pushing to the downside. But it seems like Nasdaq is too strong at the moment. That's what it looks like. We'll see what happens though. We got a new 15 coming in 3 minutes from now. What about the 1 hour for value gap and the 4 hour for value gap? You're talking about the upside? You mean that for the shorts, or what are you talking about, bro? Putting a stop loss behind a structural extreme is usually makes it way too big. I usually use smaller stops and feel very personal when price is saying it to my face that it's wrong and I have no clue at all. Yeah, but why is it too big, the stops? Because like I've noticed, right? You don't have to be right with your entry. You just have to be right in your direction. Meaning that if you enter, but you have a large enough stop to survive any potential drawdown, but you can be directionally right 60% of the time. You just have to take out 1.1 R back, right? 1.5 R back, and your strategy should be profitable on whatever you're risking, right? So yeah, if your directionally bias is correct, if you look back into your journal, if you notice that you're directionally speaking, you're right, but entry speaking, you're wrong. You either have to wait for a more beneficial entry and reduce the amount of trades that you're taking, or you have to accept that you have some more drawdown. and you increase your stop size, you know. We already tapped the 1 hour bearish FEG on NQ. Maybe it can go lower. We also took the Asia highs. Yeah, it could definitely be the play, bro. You might be right, you know. I see what you're saying, you know. If they tap back into 4 hour FEG, they could definitely sell it off from here. You're right. You're right. Anything can happen, bro. You know, that's the beauty about trading. I could be completely wrong on this bias, you know. I could be completely wrong on this bias. Yeah, we're selling it off lower again here on the VIX. So this is good for us. For the guys that are in the long setup, this is good. Let's see if this wants to continue selling off though. If this wants to continue selling to the downside, then we can expect some continuation buying pressure here for MNQ. Got a new 15-minute candle coming in 10 seconds from now. Let's see if they want to give us some more selling pressure though. Let's see. Be right on the direction is the hardest probably. I'm catching small moves, and later when I'm looking at the daily candle, I see that if I had the understanding of direction, I would just need 1 trade a day. Yeah, but that's all you need, bro. You need 1 trade a day, right? And I trade multiple times a day, so I'm foolish for doing the same stuff. We're tempted to just get involved in every move we see, right? But the thing is with trading, you need to look at it really rationally, meaning that you understand that the only way to lose money is that once you get involved, right? You can't lose money if you're not trading. So that's one of the things, right? You need to cut out all the bullshit. So meaning that all the trades that you shouldn't be taking, you need to cut those out. And you're already reducing your losing rate. It might also be your winning rate, which you're reducing to a degree, but mostly your losing rate is by cutting away bullshit trades that don't make sense, right? And if you then cut it down to just 1 or 2 positions a day, like favorable positions, meaning that you're trading with the creation of the trend. Okay, I'm gonna go to break even here, guys. Like I said, if we break that high, I have to go to break even. We're selling off as well here on the VIX, so that's good. But if you cut out all the unnecessary positions, you're reducing your activity in the market already heavily, meaning that you might already be fully profitable if you're just trading the most favorable setups. And you will screw up from time to time. Everyone does it, you know, especially if you're trading funded accounts. You know, you're more tempted to take higher risk. You're more tempted to do a lot of stuff you shouldn't be doing. But yeah, that's all part of the game, you know. That's all part of the game. No traders, fantastic. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not in a position to give you any advice, right? Like I've no degree in trading whatsoever. Of course, I've managed to get myself some payouts under my belt, but I'm also not a millionaire trader, right? I'm not claiming to be one, but I'm not. You see what I mean? So the logical advice I'm giving you is probably everything you already know and understand. You just have to, you know, accept the terms of how it is, you know, reduce the amount of trades that you're taking, try to be directionally right. Don't try to get the best entry possible. Just enter whenever the market is presenting to you an entry, all right? And just accept the loss, you know. If you're break even, you're break even. If you win, you win. It's all part of the game, you know. That's why I don't want to praise my wins as well, because if I praise my wins, I'm gonna be even more sad when I lose, you know. Did I lose some hair again? You're joking. No. No. There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. We got 110 people watching. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. It would be highly appreciated. But yeah, let's see what happens here, though. Let's see if this wants to do it for us. Yeah, we just need to see a continuation play here down for the VIX, and then look for a long continuation play here for the Nasdaq. We're gonna take it out at probably 1R here, or 2R return, just above this high. So we're taking out just above this high, and we're gonna see what happens. Guys, Topstep guys, what do you think about that prop firm, please? I've traded with Topstep. I'm green with them overall. So I'm up with Topstep. I haven't traded with them since they had the rule change. I think later on I might go short on... yeah, I would also look for shorts personally, but I'm waiting for this to be confirmed with the DXY when it comes to gold. But yeah, for now, let's hope that the VIX wants to continue lower, and this means that we can continue buying up here for the Nasdaq. We'll see what happens though. We'll see whether or not this is the play. Right now it's selling off a little bit after taking the high. What rule change? Yeah, so when it comes to Topstep, they adjusted the amount of money you can take out, which is not crazy because all the other firms have a similar amount of money you can take out from the 50Ks and stuff. But when it comes to like the pricing, the increased pricing in relationship to other firms, Topstep is more expensive now. It was already more expensive, don't get me wrong, but you could take out more money, meaning you increase the value of the account, meaning that it's not crazy that it costs more money. And you have to pay them monthly. Yeah, the Topstep is also monthly, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, but monthly, you know what the thing is, brother? Monthly, still, it doesn't really matter that you pay them monthly because you can cancel the subscription anytime when you want. But in the end, if you buy a forex prop firm account, you pay 350, right? Or something for 50K, 350 euros, $400 or something. And if you buy one on Topstep, it's costing you 50 bucks, right? So this means that you can trade the same account for over 6 months before your initial cost would be the same as a forex broker. Mr. C says, yeah, true, Thomas. I used to know what I was doing wrong in trading in the past. I just couldn't control myself and keep doing it. Now I have self-control and discipline. Yeah, but that's the thing, guys. I've noticed with trading, and especially with anything in life, if you build experience, right? So you're in the game, you're in the trading game, you're in there for a longer period of time. Eventually, you'll feel in your bones what you have to do differently to become profitable, or to become more profitable, or to be a better trader. You know it instinctively because you've been in the game. You recollected the information, right? Plato calls this the recollecting of the soul, meaning that you get information from the outside world and you start understanding it. You have that aha moment, right? And you can see for yourself what you have to do differently to become profitable. And for most people, when it comes to the prop firm space, is the fact that they blow up accounts. They're not letting their edge play out. They increase the sizing. They don't want to take the long game. They want to have it today. They're comparing themselves to other traders that get 40K in payouts and stuff like that, you know? Instead of just going for that $500 payout or $2,000 payout, even though that's still amazing, guys, right? Like if you think about it, if you spend 200 bucks, you get 2K back. You have a 10x on your money. You know how much investors would pay for that if they can get a 10x on their money. So it's unreasonable, but it's still amazing if you can pull it off, right? But if you start stepping out of the cave, allegory of the cave, if you step out of the cave, you start realizing that it's your game. It's you are trying to make it work. It's no one else, right? You're comparing yourself to these influencers and to these people that are also making money from the side, from maybe courses or whatever, right? And the comparison is not there because they're making already way more money than you. So they invest way more money into accounts, right? And they have way more to spend. And if you only make X amount of money per month from your job, you have to look at what you can do, right? Instead of what they do, you look at what you can do, and you build it up from there, right? And there's a lot of instinctive feelings that it's already telling you, your gut feeling, right? What you have to do differently. And I think you have to listen to that, guys. I watch a lot of streamers with Apex and Topstep, and the ones that are having the most issues with the platforms, they often freeze. Yeah, I've heard that issue with Project X before. I never really, yeah, I had that issue once, but they gave the losses back. But yeah, if you're trading CPI and you're trying to full port CPI on Topstep X, yeah, you're just doing it to yourself, you know? Like, I'm just telling you, like, you just, you know, if you get upset that they delayed your order and you got executed or you got like slipped, and then that's on you, like I'm telling you now. You know, a lot of people, they try to full port CPI and they lose the account by doing so because the reaction is delayed for a degree. Maybe they do it, I don't know, I have no clue, right? But what do you expect, you know? What do you expect? I don't remember even when Topstep did some discounts a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that the accounts that I had accounts with them for 19 euros a month, guys. Right? I had 5 of those accounts. I had them. I paused. What was it? In the first month I blew them. Second month I paused them, and then they paid me out. What was it, like 2,700 USD? So you understand the difference in money comparison here, right? And then the activation fee was like $130 still, or 130 euros or something. So that was nice. Trading is not school. Simply repeating and knowing the correct answer will not make you successful. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think trading in of itself is not something. I think trading is a continuous basis, meaning that you're developing every single day as a trader, right? That's what I think what trading is about. So I think that's why we're also addicted to it. A lot of people that are trading, they are addicted to the charts because it's constantly, it's a continuous challenge, right? But the problem is with trading is that we inflict our own destruction, right? So unless you also want to look at yourself, the charts, like the technical side of things, are not gonna improve you as a trader if you don't deal with the other stuff that's going on. So trading is a continuous evolving, I would say, job, I guess. I don't know what you could call it. It is like a job, right? Like, it is like a job. We're sitting here now looking at charts. Who's still actively watching, by the way? Press a 1 in the chat if you're still actively watching. Hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure to smash up the likes if you enjoyed the live stream. It would be highly appreciated. It would be highly appreciated. That's funny about the allegory of the cave. You know your cave. You know that you're in the cave. You know how to get out, but you choose to stay. Yeah, but that's also because there's a lot of, like, for the allegory of the cave, for the guys that are interested in what I'm talking about. The allegory of the cave is a story by Plato. Plato is one of the Western philosophers, the wisest to be, right? And they were talking about the allegory of the cave together with Socrates. And the allegory of the cave actually means that people are chained up in the cave from the day they were born. They cannot see to the left or the right. They are chained up together and they can see the wall. And the wall is being illustrated with shadows from puppets, people that are controlling what they perceive to be reality. And it's the same stuff here. It's the same stuff in life, right? That within any field you're stepping into, you're in the allegory of the cave. Someone else is trying to make you perceive what that is about, unless you open up your mind and you control it and you understand what is being happening, right? You understand what's happening. Same stuff here in trading, the influencer space. A lot of influencers out there are trying to control what anyone is trying to believe what trading is about. Fast cars, luxury lifestyle, going to the beach, stuff like that. It's we all know by now that trading, to a degree, sure, it can buy you freedom, but to a degree, it's not really about that, right? You're behind the charts, you're looking at the charts, you're trading, but they're still trying to sell you that lifestyle because that's what gets people to trigger it in, right? But eventually, you start realizing that first of all, whatever they think is the goal of being a trader might not be your goal. It might be in the beginning, but you start realizing, okay, I really enjoy trading for what trading is. right? And you start treating it differently. And that's the moment you step outside of the cave. You start realizing, okay, wait, these guys are making way more money than me outside of trading. So whatever they're doing, is that realistic for me to begin with? I'm not saying you can't achieve $1 million in your life or 10 million, whatever you want to achieve, right? You can achieve whatever you want. But they are already making maybe 30,000 or 50,000 a month from their affiliate courses, whatever, right? So for them to invest 15,000 into prop firms and taking home 100,000 is completely different than for someone that's just working a regular job, because you have capital leverage. They have capital leverage over you, meaning that they have way more shots at it than you do, right? And that changes the whole dynamic, because in the end it's a math game, guys, right? And especially with prop firms, if you're increasing your size and stuff like that, it's a math game. You see what I mean? So you have to look at you. You have to look at your situation. What can I do? What is a realistic target for me? And start calculating based on that, you know, instead of using certain influencers or whatever as your guideline, you know. Just focus on you guys, you know. I'm not saying to decrease your goals. Your goals should be reasonable but unrealistic at the same time. So you're always striving for greatness, right? Like Alexander the Great conquering the whole Asia Minor as a 24-year-old guy, leading an army of 60,000 people into conquering lands. He had dreams, and he made it. He realized it. You see what I mean? So if he can conquer multiple lands, why can't we win on the chart game? Is the question. You see? So I think it should be possible. Stealing land, yeah. Well, yeah. Different times, bro. My dream is just to let me see. My dream is just for me and my wife to not wake up on an alarm every day for the rest of our lives. That's an amazing goal, bro. That's an amazing goal. I don't want to work 7 days a week anymore. I'm exhausted. Just want to cover bills as a single mother. You're doing an amazing job. Keep at it and make it work. You will figure it out. If you're at it every single day, there's no way you can't win, because you won't lose, right? If you keep at it, you won't lose. Yeah, a lot of respect for a single mom working 7 days a week and trying to make it work in trading, for sure. All my respect to you. Just keep at it and you'll make it work. Consistency is key, 100%. The thing is with losing, guys, is like, if you think about it from a trading perspective, right? If we, let's say we're looking at the whole journey that we're currently in as traders. The moment you start learning how to trade, you're entering a trade, yeah? And you're not losing. You're only losing once you stop, because that's when you hit the stop loss, right, of your journey. Right now, you might be in drawdown. You might be at the break-even stage of your position. The funny thing about it is, guys, the moment it works out, the only way is up. You see what I mean? For the market, it continues higher. So this means your trading ability, once you're in the trade and you're advancing higher, there's no stop to it. You see what I mean? So we're traders, so look at it from a trading perspective. Right now, you might be in the break-even stage of your position. You might be in the drawdown stage of your position. It means that the only way is up, guys. The only way to lose is by quitting. And I'm not saying that for some people, trading might not be the game to play, right? This might be the case, because we know that trading is really hard. But everything you learn by being in the markets continuously, you're learning about how the system works. You're learning about economics. You see that the banking system is a complete scam, you know? But you learn a lot of stuff, meaning that you become wiser. This wisdom that you're getting from trading, you can utilize in any different field, meaning that there might be people interested in understanding what you learned along the way. I'm not saying you should, you know, sell courses on trading or whatever, but you can learn everything you learn here, the mental resilience, the understanding of reading charts or whatever. You could use it in different fields as well and still become rich. A lot of people forget that trading is not the only thing out there once they start trading, right? There's a lot of other stuff you can do. So it's more, you know, physical and stuff, but there is so much more than just trading. But trading, yeah, I love trading. I think it's a beautiful game. It's always dark just before the light. Your best day in the market is still yet to be had. Yeah, for sure. Maybe also your worst, but your best is on the horizon. For sure, 100%. The thing is, guys, is like the moment you exceed your best day, you will exceed your worst day as well. Because that comes with increased winnings, right? So eventually you will always get worse, but you will always get better from it. That's just how it works, right? So let's say you have let's say you're in the valley of despair, right? And you go to the downside, you go higher again, you come back towards the valley of despair. It might be higher than it was before, right? From a perspective on where you were previous month or year or whatever, right? But you will still go down and it will still hurt. You see what I mean? But it will hurt a little bit less, and then it will hurt a little bit less, but you will always go down, right? And sometimes you will suffocate and you go way lower than you should be, but that's just life. You know, you could be a millionaire tomorrow and then one of your loved ones passes away and the money doesn't mean anything to you anymore. You see what I mean? Sunda, I hope you're doing all right, my friend. Welcome back to the live stream. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope all is well. Yeah, any day above ground is a good day, my friend. Any bias for today? Yeah, we're in the long setup. So that's currently where we're at. We can see that the VIX actually selling, continuing to the downside. I have the VIX always open above me. That's why I'm looking at the top side here every now and then. But yeah, let's see if we can break through this level here on the VIX now. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, we have some buying pressure here, so that's good. Yeah. Let's see if it wants to continue pushing higher, though. It would be nice. The VIX is pushing through, so that's nice to see. We also are bullishly delivering higher here on the ES at the moment. It's nowhere near, bro. It's nowhere near. Still needs to move a little bit before it's there. We still got some time on our hands here, so let's have a look here, though. Yeah, we're still selling through here on the VIX. So that's looking all right. That's looking favorable. Let's see what the VIX is doing. Alright, we'll be taking off one here, guys. So I took off one, and I'll put my stop below current 20-minute low, if it allows me. So I'll put it right here, and I'll increase my target towards this high, and I'll drag it up soon here if they want to continue pushing higher. At least we secured some profit here, so it's all right. We took 80. The reason for it is because I've seen this happen before, right? They were pretty early into the hourly, meaning that if they want to wick it all the way back up, they have a lot of time to deliver up again. I need to see them push through this hourly low for me to be confident that this trade is going to continue. And we also have a divergence with ES at the moment, which is not ideal. Yeah, it's a wise choice if it doesn't want to play out, for sure, you know. I would like to take home 2R at least, so this means I need to take home another 120 here for this to play out to be 2R. We'll see what happens here though. It is pushing higher, so that's okay. We need ES to also deliver up and take out this high. If they do that, I'll probably take out the trade. For now, it's still delivering up. And we're selling off still on the VIX, so that's nice. Let's see if they want to continue. Let's see if they want to continue here, guys. $124 people watching, by the way. Hope you guys are doing all right. For the guys that have never been here before, where are you from? Let me know in the chat where you're from. Would like to know. I'm not a creep or anything. I'm just interested. Where you're from? Michigan. Nice. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. I'm from Amsterdam, for the guys that are wondering. Been trading for over 6 years now. You can see it. I'm losing hair, like genuinely speaking. Like, look at this stuff. I'm only 23 years old. Trading is a profession, guys. It's an interesting profession. Russia, welcome. Welcome, Sophie. Welcome to the live stream. Hamswear, welcome. Nigeria, welcome. I already knew you were from Nigeria. Welcome back. It's only creepy when you follow up asking when I'm not a creep. Yeah, you're right, actually, to be honest. But yeah, I just thought I had to say it, you know. I had to say it. India, welcome. India, welcome. Tokyo. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Tokyo is fantastic. I want to visit Tokyo one day for sure. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing, Feli. Symbiotic. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. Same at 25. One gray hair already. Yeah. Trading. It makes me age by a decade, it seems like. I also lost the interest in going clubbing, guys. Trading has done it all for me, to be honest. It made me become old. Escoland, welcome. I've already started watching you daily in the pre-market. I like your delivery, man. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, we're delivering up pretty drastically here. Let's see what happens. I'm still looking for that high to be taken here on the S. We do still have that bearish divergence, which I do not really like personally. Let's see what we have here. So I'm gonna trill it here below the current 5-minute low. Let's see if they flip it down bearish. That's okay. That's not a problem. If they want to continue, then we're gonna stay involved here. So I've trilled my stop loss here, guy. Let's see if we're gonna continue delivering a higher, or we're gonna take it out here now. Old but rich. Yeah, that's the goal, right? That's the goal. Rich before 30, you know. Alex, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Yo, Tommy, what's good? It's been a minute. What's good, my friend? Hope you're doing all right. Trades by Fi. Everything good? I took the same trade, opened it upstream. We both took the same entry, same stop loss, and sorry. I took the same trade, opened it on stream, opened the stream. We both did the same entry, same stop loss, and same take profit. How come, bro? Yeah, I don't know, my friend, but that's I mean, that's a good thing. Means you're in profit right now, right? So we're both making money. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. All right. Yeah, we're gonna take it off here, guys. So nice. This was a good trade here. We took 2R, a little bit less because we took some profit along the way. So let's have a look here. Yeah, we made 200 bucks and we risked about 100. So that's nice. Congratulations. And yes, also crossed. So that's good. Well played. Well played. It was a good trade overall. We had a little bit less size because of the location of price, right? But I think it's a good trade. Potentially the target could be this high, but just have to look and see what happens here on the VIX. But yeah, for a Monday, this is definitely nice. This is not a bad thing for a Monday. Let me read what you guys are saying to me. Do you trade gold? Yeah, I also trade gold, Sophie. I also trade gold, but gold is currently not really doing anything at the moment. At least not for me. I see a potential short play coming in here on gold. If they close back below 6 o'clock, we still have the monthly open, which is a bit of a tough one to break here. But we do need to see a closure back above the daily open for the dollar. If that happens, then I would prefer shorts on gold, which could definitely be the play here. We're gonna see. I'm probably waiting a little bit longer here for gold. Thank you, Thomas. 500. Oh, nice. Congratulations, my friend. Well played. Well played. You don't have to thank me, though. You took the trade. Congrats. Let's have a look here. Bro, I don't know how, but Friday my Lucid Flex got breached after I hit the 2K liquidation. I showed breach on Friday, but today I got my account back stating due to outrage, my account is back. Yeah, nice. That's good. No, so there was some stuff going on the platform. So they potentially just gave you an account back, bro. So congrats. I didn't trade, but I was learning, so thank you. Hey, nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you guys want to know why I took the trade? If you guys want to, I can, you guys know it. I pull out the whiteboard. You guys know how it goes. And then we can go over this setup in a minute here. Let's have a look, you know? Let's have a look. If you guys want to, of course. If you don't care, then I don't do it. Yeah, I had a Lucid account that they gave me back. Fantastic. That's amazing. Oh, no, bro. Avoid typing with caps lock. I need to still install some manners on Nightboard that he's not gonna just randomly delete all your messages because you type with caps lock. Yeah, Nightboard has no chill. I took a short after Asia high sweep, but got stopped out of break even. Well, it was a good play overall. You know, if you looked for the short here at Asia, it was a good play overall. The main reason for me not shorting here was due to the closure, right, on 6. So they closed back above 6. It's always easy to say after it plays out, right? Like, don't get me wrong. But it closed back above 6, and you had the bearish delivery here on the VIX, right? So that was the reasoning for my long here, even though we're in the top of the day. So that's why sometimes you have to be a bit careful, you know? That's why less risk. It is what it is. Oh, guys, you hear that snapping? I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. I've boxed too much. Sparring broke my body, guys. Like, genuinely speaking. Genuinely speaking. Everything is broken. I can snap everything. I can snap everything. Alright, let's see. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. That would be highly appreciated. All right, let me take out the whiteboard for you guys, so I can explain the actual reasoning for this trade. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and set it up here, if it wants to, without breaking the. Okay. I'm breaking the entire room trying to set it up. Give me 1 second. Who's still actively watching, by the way? If you're still here, press a 1 in the chat. That would be nice. Nice to know if you guys are still here. Alright, okay, you guys are still here. Nice. Alright. So let's grab the whiteboard. And let's have a look at today's trade. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see how I can... what did I do? Alright. We put this up a little bit so you can see my face. Told you guys before, don't do anything crazy. Let me actually move the camera a bit so you can see a bit more. Alright, here you go. Nice. Can everyone see it? Let me know in the chat. 1246. Welcome back to the live stream, bro. Hope you're doing all right. We are always watching. Oh, you guys are actually, all of you are active. Ah, nice. All right. So for the trade of today, we're talking about the following setup that we took. We're talking about this one, right? I'll mark it out here on the execution thingy. All right, we're talking about this setup, right? That we took right here for the longs. So everyone know, I'll mark it out. We took it off 6 open. Right here, stop below here. Back up here. 2R. All right, like that. All right. So when it comes to today's setup, right? The first thing that we have to understand is looking at the current daily profile, the current daily delivery on the higher time frame sentiment, right? So just put it up here on the daily. We're already in the top of the day, right? So when it comes to the current day sentiment, right? We can see that the daily candle was formed like this, right? So this was the current daily candle right here. It's a really small. I'm gonna make it a little bit big. Give me 1 second. All right. We're gonna do it again. Make it a little bit bigger so it's easier seeable. All right. This was the current daily candle, right? This is the current daily candle. If you look here on the right hand side on my screen, you can see that this was the current daily candle, right? So we were trading in top of the range, right? We're trading in top of the range of the current day, right? We see that on the lower time frame, you have a structural delivery to the downside, and price is pushing higher, creating higher lows and higher highs, right? And we're delivering to the upside. Right here we open up. 6 o'clock opens up here. This music is crazy. All right. So we're opening up 6 right here. This is 6 o'clock open. Yeah. This is your 6 o'clock open. What happens at 6, guys? We deliver back into inefficient price action to the downside. So there's inefficiency here. We trade back down into inefficient price action. We deliver above. At the same time, we're looking at the VIX. So we're comparing NQ against the VIX, because we understand that the VIX is a negative correlator for NQ, meaning that if the VIX goes up, the Nasdaq goes down, and vice versa. Yeah, we see that the VIX is delivering to the downside with inefficient price action below, right? So this was our overall analysis here, right? We understand that we're in the top of the day, meaning that we have to lower our size because we're looking for longs. Sure, the trend currently is bullish, but you're still in the top of the day, meaning that it could still retrace lower before it goes higher when it comes to the current daily trading range. In this instance, what we were waiting for is we were waiting for a 15-minute closure above 6 to define the possible entry for the buys. This happened. We tapped back into 6 o'clock. So we're entering back on the opening of price, meaning that's the fair value based on the opening, right? Based on the open, that's the fair value. That's where we entered on, and we saw delivery back higher towards current day high, right? Current day high was right here, and we saw a high set in the past that we were targeting. Does that make sense for the guys that are watching? So the overall ideology here is you're trading the candle creation. So you're trading the down, up, continuation move here, like this, right? This is your bottom wick, this is your top wick, and this would be the body, right? So you have the body like this. This is your candle creation. Does that make any sense for anyone here, right? Like, I'll show you guys. Because then what you can see, I'm also showing this on the PDF, by the way, for the guys that are wondering. I'm explaining to you the understanding of the candle creation to a degree that you can see it happening on the lower time frame. So you can, you know, it can be useful. It can help you. in this instance. So what I'm talking about, candle creation is like this, right? This is a candlestick right here. You guys think, yeah, of course, Thomas. Amazing information. This is a candlestick, yeah. But yeah, this is a candlestick. But what the actual understanding is of the candle means that you have the open, the body, and then the low, the high, and the close. This is the bar pattern that you have. You also have the option to put this on when it comes to the charts, right? So if you look on the charts, you have the bars. Do you guys see it? So you have the open, the high, the low, and the close. Yeah, that's what you're initially seeing, but this is what is happening below the charts, right? What's actually happening inside of them. This means once you understand this, once you understand what's happening here, you can trade the higher time frame creation on the lower time frame. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand it, you can, even on the 1 minute, you can trade a 15-minute candle creation on the 1 minute by just looking at, okay, this is the first candle, right? Second candle, this is the bottom wick being formed, and now they're pushing it higher, you see? So once you understand this, you can see the candle being formed, and you can participate on the most ideal situation. As right here, we are entering at 6 o'clock open, and the stop loss is placed below 6, right? You can see it here. So if I put the camera away, you can see that we entered, the trend is going higher, right? So the trend, we had a push down, continuation higher. We open 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock delivers to the downside. We trade above it. We close on top of 6. We enter of 6, and our stop is below 6 o'clock low. Meaning that this is the most ideal stop loss to have, and we don't have to put it here, because if they break this, there's a big chance they're also going to go for this low, because they're structurally changing the state of delivery. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys, or not? What I'm saying to you here. Let me know in the chat if you guys understand what I mean. Or am I like talking a lot of crap that doesn't make sense? Just let me know. All right. Put some new music on. All right. So, but that's what I'm, yeah, that's the reasoning for the trade here, right? Like we're looking at the VIX. So we have the counter product when it comes to the Nasdaq. Actually, we made the right choice here. You can see that they, like I mentioned about the time remaining on the hourly candle. I've seen it happen time and time again, but yeah. That was the reasoning for the trade here, guys. Let me just put this board back. Give me 1 second. All right. Learning. Well, I'm still learning every single day, right? I'm not the best of the best trader out there, but this is just how I look at it personally, and it's been working pretty good for me lately. All right, let's have a look here. But yeah, thank you guys for paying attention to that and looking at it. I appreciate that. Hopefully it can help you to a degree. But that's what I'm talking about in the PDF, right? So if you look at the Canva PDF, I have some examples here that I've been working on. Let me see if I can. So you can see here on the Canva PDF, I'm talking about this more precisely, right? Oh, come on. All right. You can see it here. So I'm talking about the candle creations and how you can see the daily time frame right here happening on the 4-hour perspective. You see that? So you have the open, the high, the low, and the close. You can see how the daily is being formed on the lower time frame, meaning that you can see them pullbacks are happening in trend. It's not a flip of the trend. It's just basically a pullback. But if you align it with the candle creation, like for example here, this is the open of let's say a 4-hour candle, it pulls higher. You understand that at this area in price, you can be looking for shorts in alignment with the creation of the candle, meaning so you can actually trade the top wick of a candlestick. You see what I mean? So it gives you way higher probability when it comes to your entries. You can see it here. 2 o'clock pushes higher, trades below, comes back into 2, trades it off. All right? Same scenario here. So you have 2 o'clock pushing it higher, back into inefficient price action, trading below, continues to trend lower, current day low. You see, so these models happen all day, every day. And this is 6 o'clock, for example, right? So once you understand that and you start seeing it, yeah, I think it could definitely help. Could definitely help. Watching from the Philippines. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. I remember you. Catherine. Hope you're doing all right. Glad you're tuning in again. All right, so we're selling it off. Let's see what happens here, though. Let's see what happens. Let's have a look. So right now, what can we see? What happened? Price pushed below, back into inefficient price action, above 6, back up 6, continue. Now we're trading in the top of the range, right? Are we going to first take up previous day high and then flip? Or are we going to flip from here is the big question. I'm gonna get my greasy hands on the PDF once it gets up. Yeah, for sure. You guys have all access to it. Once it's finished, you guys can just, you know, take it and use it and do whatever you want to do with it. You can do whatever you want to do with it for sure. All right, that's better. We got some new people in the chat. Where are you guys from? I see a lot of new people. I see Jade of Canada. I'm assuming you come from Canada. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing all right. Let me know where everyone's from the guys or the girls that tuned in that I've never seen before. Let me know where you're from. I'm gonna get my how much what? It's not gonna cost you anything. The PDF is free. So you don't really need high volume time to trade your strategy. Not at all, man. I would say avoid high volume times, to be honest. Once you see the candle creation in full effect, you can trade any hour of the day that you see is profitable for you, right? And I think that's amazing because I've been looking at it from a perspective of how can someone trade the markets while still working a full-time job? And that's basically what I'm looking at, right? All right, we got some news coming out here, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is some news. Yes, it's my second time here. Welcome, Jade. Welcome. Or welcome back. Okay, we got some major news dropping here. Look at the VIX here, by the way. The VIX just went back into the inefficient price action below that we were looking for. Alright, that's the alert going off. Let's see what happens here, though. For the guys that were targeting previous day high, you got it now. So congratulations. Oh, you didn't even have it. I'm lying. It's way up here, actually. It's even way higher. I'm joking. Never mind. I've just made $200 on the news on gold. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what type of news came out. I think it's something geopolitical or something like that. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what news came out just now. There is some news that came out, but I'm not sure what. Senior Iran source mediators have broke a 10-day cessation on strikes to find ways to revive the Iran-US interim deal. Okay, thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, if this is the case, then there's a big chance that this is going to continue buying up the previous day highs on MNQ. So we'll see whether or not this is going to happen. We have to see also what happens once they tap into this level here. The inefficient price action. They just tapped into it just now. But this could still move lower. Yeah, this is what it is though. What a move. If you held this all the way to previous day high, you're about to bank some money for sure. That's for sure. What a move, guys. Exactly. I work a full-time job and I'm looking to incorporate it with trading. It's definitely possible for sure. It's 100% possible. You just have to look for an hour that you are at the charts on a continuous basis without any like massive disruption, right? Meaning that there's people asking you questions or whatever, right? And you can look at it for just an hour and you look for one simple hour creation, right? So you look for one single hour candle and you look to trade it and you just try to get back 2R or 1.5R or whatever you're risking. And it should definitely be possible. But yeah, I hope that once the PDF is out, it might help you. I hope so. When will the PDF be up? Looks great. I want to ask if I'm trading in New York, what time is 6 o'clock candle? 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. So if you're trading in New York, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. That's 6 o'clock right here. I have everything set to New York times, guys, by the way. All my charts are set at New York. Over 1,000 contracts filled at 41.75 to 42 on ES. You mean 1,000 contracts filled for the short you're talking about, or what? Yeah, it's precisely at the monthly open as well. That's interesting, isn't it? So they come back to the monthly open and it fills 1,000 contracts. That's actually crazy if you think about it. Thomas, from your experience, is 6 the best for the strategy, or 4 hours, 6 hours starting our working hour 2? They all work, bro. They all work, to be honest. If you look at it, so let's say we look back in the past, you can see 2 o'clock, for example, here. And look at this. So you have 2. This is a perfect example. You have 2 o'clock rating back into inefficient price action, opening gap from the day, right? Trading back above it, trading back into 2 o'clock, and you have the delivery higher. You see? You just have to be patient and understand the structure and use the VIX in alignment with it, you see? Because the VIX showing you bearish momentum to the downside. So you don't have to follow through, right? Maybe 2 o'clock was a bit of a tricky situation because they never traded below the current day low, and you would have been looking for shorts instead of longs. But yeah, this is an example for 2 o'clock. And if we go back in time, there's no way for me to trade this, by the way, guys, just so you know. At the moment I can't enter here at all. If I still held on to this position, easy to say afterwards. If they want to continue the delivery, it would say that it's gonna go to previous day high. That would make the most sense, but it also depends here because we just step back into the monthly open for ES. And if ES wants to be the driver and wants to continue back lower, then NQ might follow up here, right? But we made our 2R, so I'm alright with that. It is what it is. Could have been way more. It can always be way more, but it can also be less, guys, right? But when it comes to the examples, when it comes to trading-wise, 7 o'clock from yesterday was a prime example. And this is another example here for 2 o'clock, right? So if you look at the chart here, can everyone see it? Press the 1 in the chat if you see what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you guys the sample for London. So this is 2 o'clock, right? I dragged 2 o'clock into time right here. This is 2 a.m. Does everyone see it? Let me know if you guys can see it. This is 2 o'clock, right? You can see that if we're looking at the current structure of the day, this is the daily open, by the way. We can see that we rated it up, rated current day high to the upside. We tapped into what? Previous day open, around previous day open. You see that? So we tapped into this level. Price delivers below the open of the day. So meaning the change in state of delivery just before 2 o'clock. Trading it back into what? Inefficient price action. I'll explain this in the PDF, by the way. Trading it back into inefficient price action. Trading it down lower. You're trading back below 2 o'clock low. You're closing below it. You enter of 2 o'clock. You have your stop above the open of the high of 2 o'clock. Because if they break 2 o'clock high, you're wrong on your delivery. It doesn't matter. And you just simply target either these equal lows, or you just target this fixed 2R. And this is an amazing setup for London session, you see? And it's not that hard. It's not that you need to use like 20 things or 30 things to confirm whatever. You're just trading the price action. You see? So this was a really nice setup. Of course, it's afterwards, guys, right? Anything looks good on in hindsight. You have to see it playing out live in front of you. But yeah, we also did this one today, right? Live. So this was nice. Do you trade New York as well? Yeah, but it depends, because I've told you guys before, when a New York Stock Exchange opens up, there's a lot of resting orders, right? A lot of resting orders, a lot of indecisiveness. People are deciding either long, short, whatever, and they are sweeping the entire market a lot, right? So this means that it means you, for example, you're entering here for the shorts, it goes down, then it goes up again, and then it goes down again. And that's just really tough, you know? You need to either get in and get out, or you need to be in a lucky position that you catch the entire move to the downside. But I'd rather just get my 2R early in the day without any hassle, Then I try to catch the move during New York and get stuffed out twice in a row before it happens. You know what I mean? Because the more you're involved in the charts, the more money you can lose. The only way to lose money is by trading, guys, right? And New York is a really tempting session to trade. Like, it gets a lot of volume, but volume doesn't necessarily mean good positions. It's something to look into. Like, it doesn't mean that if there's a lot of volume in the market that the positions are going to be more favorable. Sometimes it's quite the contrary, actually. All right, this is another example. This would be for the New York session. So if someone likes to trade the New York session open, okay, this is really awful. Let me see if I can actually save the image and show you guys. Let's see if this is a little bit more clear. Okay, this is also really bad, actually. Okay, let me see if I can find this trade actually from previous week to show you guys what I'm talking about. I think it was right here. Was this right here? Not sure. No, it wasn't. Was it? Let me see. 7th of July. What was the news? There was some geopolitical news about Iran and the war, my friend. Typical, of course, but yeah. No, it wasn't this one. It was 3 days ago. No. Trying to find an example for the New York session. I think it was this right here. No. Oh, it was this one right here. Okay, so this is a prime example for the New York session open. For the guys that are trading the New York session open, I avoid it mostly, but this is a prime example. So the overall trend is already delivering down. What can you see? Sweep liquidity, right? So you're taking out a lot of the people that are already involved in shorts. You can see that this being taken out just before the open of New York session. Price tends to move higher and breaks below New York session open, right? The NYSO, so the New York Stock Exchange open. You can see how price delivers higher, breaks through, comes back precisely, and then sells it off lower. So these are plays that I would look for when it comes to like trading New York Stock Exchange open. For just a break and retest, simply, guys, right? It's nothing special, but I would look for a break and retest. But this is a bit of a tough one because you can see instantly here how they then come all the way back up again. And then just start ranging around, right? And then they initially start delivering down lower again. But if you get involved here, you get stopped out on break even, you might get emotional, and then you get chopped up here, right? So then you try to get enter again. That's why I just avoid the New York session personally. I just avoid it. But that would be something you could trade at the New York session open. Who's still actively watching, by the way? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat who's still actively watching. We got 150 people watching. 115. You guys are legends. I truly appreciate it. I don't know what to say. I appreciate it though. Are you live on Monday now? Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, normally Mondays are not ideal. Today it worked out in our favor. But yeah, it depends. If it plays like this on Monday, I might consider. Where are you from, by the way? I'm from Amsterdam. Leo, my friend, how are you? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Just avoid the first 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, but even if you avoid the first 30 minutes, then you have 10 o'clock opening up. And you have the open market operations that happens at 10:15. This means that they are buying government bonds, and that again can mess up the price a lot at Nasdaq. Well, I've been there. Did you like it? I'm close. I live close to Amsterdam. Here watching. Oh, you guys are still here. Sunda's still here. Simon's still here. CamJam's still here. Meg's still here. John's still here. You guys are legend. Magazi's still here. Thank you very much, guys, for still tuning in. I really appreciate that. If you haven't done it already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoy being here. Oh, you never been there? Oh, sorry, I read it. Only weed, I guess. Well, yeah, you're no longer allowed to smoke on the street in Amsterdam. They removed the. You're no longer allowed to do that. So the cultural weed thingy is gone. You're allowed to smoke in the shops though. I'm Indian. Welcome. What is special? What is special in Amsterdam? Is that your question, Joseph? Do you have a Discord group? No, I do not have one. I do not have a Discord group, guys. I know you guys are asking me about it, and I will definitely create one in the future, but I don't have one as of yet. But I'll definitely create one in the future for sure. Is it true that every drug is legal in Amsterdam? No. No. It's not that you should be walking around with like a kilo of cocaine, my friend. I mean, a place to visit or for food, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you know, like you hear it more often than not, right? If you're a local, you wouldn't say it's special, right? So for me, Amsterdam, I don't really like Amsterdam personally. I think it's a really crowded place, right? I don't really like it personally, but I know a lot of people from the outside, from different countries, enjoy Amsterdam because Amsterdam is the old culture, right? That is the Netherlands, basically, right? We're building ourselves up on a lake and stuff, you know. That is Amsterdam. I would appreciate your analysis on the current market. Is expected to go up or to go down. Yeah, we were favoring the longs for the shorts, right? So I'm looking now to wait for a potential short setup to play out here. But there's no way for me to enter from this current location. So right now I'm unbiased. It could still go higher, back to current day or previous day high, before it wants to go lower. But yeah, for now, I'm not interested in anything whatsoever. We're selling off pretty drastically here on the VIX. For the guys that don't know, I use the VIX to contradict the Nasdaq. And if this wants to sell lower, then the Nasdaq is probably going to keep rising higher. We had a really nice entry for holding on to the longs and hoping that it wants to go continue higher. But we're no longer involved. So right now, I can't do anything here. You know, it's impossible for me to enter. Like, I have no reason to enter here. So I'm flat for now. And when it comes to gold, I would prefer shorts on gold. We just rated it higher once again because of the news. So I have to see what happens here, because this is bearish news for the oil, because they're trying to see if they can work a deal out, right? As you guys just shared with me in the chat, they're trying to work out a deal. And if they work out a deal, this means it's bearish for oil, because it means that it's easier to get oil, right? If the strait stays closed, oil is going to be more scarce, meaning that we're going to rise up in oil, and they're going to buy oil by exchanging it for gold, right? So they're exchanging gold for oil. And that's why gold is rising now, because oil is being exchanged for gold in this instance, you could say, in this instance, right? The rarity of the product or whatever. So for now, I'm just flat, personally. If the dollar wants to keep rising, which would be my overall bias for them to actually push higher, I would look for shorts on gold, but I do need to see oil also stepping it up then, meaning that I want to see oil rise as well. And if that doesn't happen, then it's going to be a bit of a tough situation to be in. Let's see though. So let me know if the analysis made any sense to you. But that's what I'm currently looking at. I'm just looking at both pairs and I'm comparing them to each other to see whether or not we're in a favorable location for entry. And of course, market structure, right? Like, yeah, I mean, how do you enter here for shorts is the big question. It's almost impossible on the MNQ. Is Miffy a boy or a girl? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I have no idea what you mean, Catherine. Do you trade on New York session? I do not trade live the New York session, but if I trade the New York session, I trade after the open most of the times, so around 10 o'clock. But I've mentioned all of it in the PDF on how I trade, and with all the times involved and everything like it. So for me, my timing of execution would be, I have it explained here. So these are my times of execution. So it would be 2 to 5, 6 to 9, 10 to 12, and 12 to 13, right? Those would be levels of interest for me to look for entries. And everything is based on the New York session time, right? So 12 o'clock would be just before power hour. And the reason why I would enter or look for entries is because there's the last 6 o'clock candle opens at 12, right? So I would look for an entry at that level. And 10 o'clock, new 4 hour just post New York session. So you have some draws on liquidity, time-based liquidity. So yeah. Have you shared the PDF? No, it's not done yet. It's almost finished. I still got some work to do. The news will be interesting because if he accepts the deal, it will go long. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, they already said it was over weeks ago, right? Like, I think this war can continue for a really long time. Do you also think that in their dinner time better not to trade from 12 to 13? Not necessarily. I mean, I see the setups play out time and time again. You could also avoid it and avoid the lunch hour and trade the hour when they come back. But I just look at the PA, at the candle structure, right? So let's say the candle structure is not providing me anything that I think is favorable. So let's say we get into 12 o'clock and price is just doing this. I'm not going to trade it. But let's say you have a similar scenario that you come into 12 and you see inefficient price action below. They trade into it. They trade back above 12 o'clock. I would look for the entry, you know? And then I just look for the 1 hour candle to trade in my favor. Sophie, so that's how I would do it personally, you know. It really depends on what the structure is showing you at the hour. That's why when it comes to like the trading, let's say for the guys that are working a full-time job, this is a perfect example. Let's say you look at the 1 hour per day that you come to the charts. If that hour doesn't look favorable, you're already avoiding unnecessary positions and you just step away and come back the next day. And that's the most ideal situation. I just look at multiple periods of the day to potentially increase my return on the trades that I'm taking. Let's say I look at 2 o'clock, and let's say today at 2 o'clock I didn't see anything. I don't trade it. Then I come back at 6. Do I see something at 6? Yeah, we saw this at 6 o'clock. So we took the long position. Nice, it played out. Fantastic, right? Let's say I didn't see anything at 6. I come back at 10 o'clock. And then I wait for 10 o'clock. Okay, does 10 show me anything? Yes or no? And so, you know, in this way, I just look at the charts at those hours. And I avoid all the other hours because I don't have to see everything, you know? There's probably an amazing setup that forms at 3 o'clock and I missed it, you know? Or at 7 o'clock or at 9 o'clock or whatever. But yeah, you know, you don't have to trade every move in the end. Do you use the footprint or something? I've been looking into it. I actually signed a sort of a deal with ATAS. I never used the footprint before. I've watched a lot of videos on it, but I want to use it to define bottom wicks in candles. I think it could, for example, let's say we're looking at this 6 hour creation, right? Price trades below. You see an absorption of sellers, right, taking place. And you see that buyers are taking control. This could be an extra confluence for you to enter longs. So I think this might give a lot of benefits. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know what I mean? If I would add it, let's say I'm not gonna use like all of the other stuff that they also provide. I'm just looking at the heat map and I'm looking at the footprint, potential liquidity levels and stuff. But yeah, I would use it to make my edge more sharp in this instance. That would be the ideal. I'm learning it. Nice. That's nice. I've been looking into it. I think I've looked into it because I watched a guy on YouTube. For the guys that you should definitely watch this guy. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's Fabio Valentini. He's He's a way better trader than I am. So if it comes to it, you could watch this guy, guys. This is Fabio Valentini. I'll share the YouTube link in the chat. This guy has been, like, I think 3 times he won the or became in the top 3 from the Robbins Cup. For the guys that don't know, the Robbins Cup is the world championships when it comes to trading. And this guy, he really understands what he's talking about, right? So I would say maybe take a look into it. He also has his own platform, as Deep Charts. I've never used it before. I don't think you need Deep Charts, but you know, you could also use different ones. Damn, I watched this video yesterday. Yeah, he's good. He's good. For the guys that don't know, I told you guys before, but I think you should also get into the following platform, and that's World Class Edge. Let me see. I've been looking at the video from him as well. This is why is it not working? Give me 1 second. It's not allowing me to just go into the platform. Okay, what? Give me 1 second. All right. So this is crazy, by the way. This is the World Class Edge. I'll share it with you guys. This is free, by the way. They created this. These are like insane traders, all of them. And you can watch all of these courses for free, right? So this is insane, guys. I'm telling you now. So I would suggest you guys to watch it. This is actually insane, right? You get a whole order flow framework. You get all the explanation. Look at this stuff, by the way. It's high quality education. So I would say sign up for it. It's free, and you get like, look at this. It's like Netflix. It's amazing. So I would say watch it. You know, World Class Edge. I shared it in the chat. I even asked him what platform he uses for footprint. No, he's using Deep Charts. He's using his own platform, but Deep Charts is pretty expensive. So unless you're willing to spend that money, you can also use different platforms for way less. You need to buy the yearly plan when it comes to Deep Charts, or like the quarterly plan or whatever. They don't have a monthly plan, so you either buy the full year version. And if you look at ATAS, for example, if you use ATAS, you can buy lifetime access for like $17.99. And if you buy Deep Charts, it costs you $900 a year. Lorenzo's using XAUUSD or similar. Yeah, he's using XAUUSD, yeah. Well, in the end, it all comes down to the same stuff, you know. Lorenzo uses XAUUSD, I know, because it's also less, it doesn't use RAM as much. But I've not noticed any difficulties with ATAS either, So you rather use ATAS? Well, yeah, based on the research, I would use ATAS, yeah. No problem. No problem. ATAS also has a full-on breakdown on everything, right? So they have a full-on library on how to set everything up, with a lot of videos and stuff. I think it's a good platform to use for sure. I don't know if they, if you in the future, I'm not sure whether that is already or not. I might be able to give you a discount, but I'll have to chat with them and see if they are willing to do that. If you would like to use ATAS, you have a free trial with them anyways. You can try them for free. But I might be able to get you a discount code. I'll have to ask them, see if they can, yes or no. Discount codes, discounts to ATAS. Yeah, so the platform, right? The ATAS platform. They might be in a position to get you a discount code for the order flow platform if you want to. But I need to ask them first. I did not have any contact with them regarding that whatsoever. What about Motive Wave? I've never heard of Motive Wave before, my friend. Sorry. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh. Alright, let's have a look what happens here on gold. We are selling off on gold a little bit, guys. If we trade back below 6 o'clock, I might look for shorts. but it also depends on what the DXY is doing. We're breaking already higher on the DXY, which is good. I need to see some buying pressure also on the oil, so a break above 6 would be nice. How can I get your PDF? The PDF will be open for grabs once it's like done. I'll make sure you guys can get access to it. Do you use the MACD or the RSI while you're trading, or just price action? I use the RSI a lot. Not anymore, but I've used it a lot in the past. For the definition of tops and bottoms in the day. So right now we're in the overbought section. We're trading above the open of the day, as you can see. So in my head, looking at the creation of the candle, let's say I look at it from this angle, right? So as you can see here on the chart, you can see that this is the open, right? If you look at here, this is the open. You can see that here, right? So now we've been trading above the open of the price. So we're in alignment with the RSI. If we see some selling pressure taking place, this might be saying that the top of the day is being set in and it aligns with the RSI. That's how I would use it personally. That's personally how I would use the RSI, just for the creations of candlesticks. Even ATAS, we can take it from Lucid and use it without paying the subscription. Yeah, exactly. So that's how I do it personally. When I'm logging into ATAS, I'm using my Rhythmic subscription that I get from buying the Lucid account. And I get the first level information, I get it for free. But if you want second level information, if you use Lucid, it will cost you $39 a month for the full bundle, instead of like 100 and something plus a month, right? So you have a lot of ways to make it cheaper. I mean, there's a big difference in between paying 100 euros a month or 30 euros a month, right? There's a really it's a really big difference for the data. So mostly looking for divergences. Yeah, and that, yeah, you could say so. I would use it for divergence, but nothing major besides that. Let's have a look here, though. Let's see what happens here for gold. We just opened the new hour. No top wick. That's a bit of... I don't really like that. Yeah, gold is flushing. Yeah, for sure. But there's no top wick, so that's not ideal. We are buying back up on oil. So that's good when it comes to the correlation between the markets. The VIX is also pushing back up again. Yeah, maybe we have to see. Maybe we can look for the shorts on the Nasdaq. Let's see what ES is doing. So ES stepped into the monthly open and selling it off lower. I'm just wondering, how do we get involved here with the market moving like this? Yeah, if they would push back above 8 o'clock again and then sell it below it again, I would look for the shorts. So otherwise I can't get involved here. So I would like to see price to go back above 8 o'clock and then trade below it again, and then I would look for the short continuation play. That would be the idea here. But then we also need the alignment with the VIX, right? So VIX needs to push below 8 o'clock open and then trade above it again, confirming the fact that this wants to be the this is the bottom wick for the day, right? Otherwise this could just be a pullback for the continuation play lower again on the VIX. So let's see. Yeah, gold's gonna be a bit tough to enter. There's a fly on my screen. Give me 1 second. Get out of here. Okay. The Lucid and the other platforms are restricted in my country. Okay, that's a bit tough. Yeah, then you have to use the DXY feed. You have to buy it probably. I'm not sure though. Maybe there's another platform that allows you to trade. Is Apex also not allowed to trade for you? Do you know that, Sophie? If Apex is also not allowed to trade, or Bullnox? DX feed, yeah. So DX feed is here you go. So if you want to use the platform, that's one thing you need to understand, Sophie. I'm gonna explain that to you. Is if you want to use order flow, you have to buy the data. All right, you can't. Otherwise, you can't use it. So in this instance, if you want to use the order flow for ATAS, right here, you can see it, right? ATAS. you have to buy the package on which one you want to use. So if you want to use the full CME group, market in-depth information, right? It will cost you $99 a month. You see what I mean? So that's the price of the cost that you're paying to get all the information extra over the monthly subscription that you would have to pay for ATAS itself. DXFeed is the data provider. It provides the data that you want to see on the back end for futures. So if you log in, you can't see level 2 data unless you pay for it. Yeah, that's how it works. So it will cost you, well, yeah, it depends on how much you're willing to spend, but it's going to cost you a lot more money. Is there a difference between DXFeed or XAUUSD? XAUUSD you also need to pay for the data. XAUUSD is the platform that provides you the information, but DXYFeed is the platform that provides information to XAUUSD so they can display it to you. You see what I mean? So DXFeed is just selling the data, and XAUUSD is creating the data in a visual aspect for you. DXYFeed is not a platform in of itself, as in they are not providing you the software to see the order flow. Well, you have no choice, Sophia. You have to go with DXFeed and you have to go with another external source. You have to use them both. You're just buying the data. You have to put the data in the software. You see what I mean? All right, let's see what happens here, guys. We just rated it all the way down here for the current hour. And we bought it all the way back up here on the VIX, which is interesting. All right, we're selling it off lower when it comes to gold. Let's have a look here what happens here on DXY. The DXY is breaking out higher. The only question I have now is how do I get involved with putting my stop loss anywhere at all? Because I can't put my stop above 8 o'clock high because it's not mitigated yet. As for me, it's going to be really tough to get involved here for the shorts on gold, guys. Almost impossible if you ask me. Unless they trade back above 8 o'clock and then trade below it again, then I would be able to get involved. So this means that we have to look for price to trade back above 6 o'clock, trade into 8 o'clock, trade below 6, and then trade it from 6 o'clock open, like this. So this is what I'm looking for gold, for the continuation model. This could also happen on the next hour. If it happens in the current hour, that would still be alright for me. But this is what I'm looking for. Going in both ways, looks like a piano. Yeah, it's going up and down for sure. Piano, I see what you mean. Alright, let's have a look here. It's the same stuff here for the Nasdaq, guys. So right now we're in a untradeable position. Like it's untradeable right now. But let's see, maybe it's gonna provide us something here soon. The VIX is selling off again. Yeah, let's see. Just gonna look at it on the 5. Let's see if they want to give this to us, guys. Yo, take note. You're not allowed to use caps lock. I need to adjust the Nightbot still. My apologies. Hope you're doing alright, take note. Welcome back to the live stream, bro. But Nightbot is really it's taking everyone out the moment they type with caps lock. I don't know why. We'll have to fix it. So something like this is what we're looking for. Who is still actively watching, by the way? Let me know in the chat. Press a 1 in the chat if you're still here. Let me know who's still watching. Look at you guys. These guys are still here. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to smash up the likes. That would be appreciated. Let's try to get 100 likes here, guys. We have 120 people watching. We have 82 likes. Let's try to get 100 likes. That would be sick. Are you live every day? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll try to go live Monday to Friday every single day, guys. I mean, why not? You know, if there's no trade, there's no trade. Today we had one, but who knows? Who knows what the rest will bring? SP, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Why are we watching the micro chart? I trade micros, bro. What time are you live? I'm live trading from 6 a.m. in New York time till 9 o'clock New York time. So I'll be live for another 50 minutes. So I stopped trading just before the open. Yeah, but no, I trade the micro chart, guys. For the guys that are wondering, I trade micros. I don't trade the full contract. Some people might refer to me as a pussy. But yeah, I trade micros. Thank you guys for still being here, by the way. Hope you guys are doing all right. For the guys that never been here before, let me know where you're from. I'm from Amsterdam, or close near to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Been trading for over 6 years now. I've been losing hair. You guys can see it here. Look at this stuff. It's only visible because of the light, by the way. I'm telling you, normally this wouldn't be visible. I'm starting to lose hair. I don't want to lose my curls, guys. It's a big problem. So, yeah, we're trading to get a hair transplant. That's for sure. That's for sure. How old are you? I'm 23 years old. I'm turning 24. Belgium. Ah, nice. Allez, Zutke. Just subscribe and you will never stop enjoying Thomas live. Hey, John, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much for the compliment. You are younger than me. Well, you were 25, right? It's only and I'm almost turning 24 actually. So it's not that much older. It's okay, Tommy. I'm balding too. Thank you, Mugsy. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing the sympathy with me, bro. I still don't want to go bald though. I don't. Nah. Some are trading micros, but all the analysis is done with NQ and ES. Now, I just trade the micro chart. Yeah, I know some people like to trade the look at the NQ chart, but I don't know. I just look at the micro chart personally. I really like how you explain your thought process and break down the ideas. Cheers, man. Hey, no problem, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for the compliment. Mr. Awesome. Ooh, Mr. Awesome in the chat. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Age is one of the things that's always in an uptrend. You're completely right. Yeah, you're completely right. I started using minoxidil. Yeah, I've been looking into it, guys. I actually used it for a while, and it worked. But yeah, my dad has the same stuff, guys. Like he lost hair here as well, right? So it's just a natural thing. You see what I mean? And if nature decides that you're gonna lose your hair at that current location, it's gonna happen. Can't really do anything about it. So yeah, unless you take a hair transplant, of course. Yeah, we're just accumulating here at the moment. Like I said, I need to see price come up first before I can short. So this might happen during the New York Open, that they rate back into this level and then short it down. I won't be trading it then though. Firstly, better start with sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. 103. I appreciate it, Sophie. Now I've used Minixo deal. I for sure used it. It worked for a little bit, but yeah, not enough. I'm from Kenya. I never make profit. Let me dry today. I hope for you it's gonna work out, Melon. I hope for you it's gonna work out. We had a trade today, but it's not guaranteed profits always, right? I wish it would have been nice. Guaranteed profits, we all would be millionaires right now. Sadly, that's not the case. So not what trading is about, sadly. 28 here, nice. Nice. You guys, I've told you guys before, I keep referring to it, but isn't it amazing that right now we're talking to each other all over the world, looking at the charts, trying to make it work here together? I think it's amazing. If you ask me, I think it's amazing. It's just like, if you would say this to someone 150 years ago, they would look at you like you're some fool. And now 150 years further, and we're chatting live. I'm talking. There's a 1 or 2 second delay, not even. And I'm talking to you guys. We're looking at the same charts, trying to trade the financial market with candlestick creations. Imagine what they would look at you like 150 years ago, guys. Like, you know, the world is advancing really far at the moment. So enjoy it. It's the best time to be alive, guys. The best time to be alive. Can you explain your OTE entry? You're talking about the optimal trade entry. Well, the optimal trade entry in of itself is just the Fibonacci tool, right? But I use the Fibonacci here and there, but I don't use it always. Or you're just talking about what my optimal trade entry is? Just as in how I look at the charts was optimal? What do you mean? What advice do you have for being hesitant into a trade even though you think it's going to work? Just execute, man. There's no words I can say. There's no thing you can do to change it. You just have to do it. You have to be willing to go through the suffering to learn, right? And you have to be willing to lose money to make money. So there's only one way to do it, and it's just by doing it. Like, genuinely speaking, I have no advice for you on how to come over fear. Yeah, you could say that you have to go backtest into the market and see your edge play out time and time again. But then again, when the execution comes to play, you just have to do it, man. You have to be willing to lose money to make money, right? Like, if you look at the journal that I showed you guys. So if I'm looking at the, give me 1 second here. When you look at the trade logs, right? This is like months. Like, we're talking about months of data, all right? Of me executing the positions and just letting it run. You see what I'm talking about? This is months of data, guys, right? This just continues. It never stops. You see what I mean? So it's like, you just have to do it, and you have to journal it, and you just accept it what it is, and you're indifferent to whatever the outcome is. And by doing so, you'll learn, you know? The only way to learn is by falling down and stepping up again. I wish I could make it sound more special, but I can't, you know? I do believe so that, you know, when I'm saying you just have to execute, I do believe there's a lot of stuff you can do separately to it. That means that whenever you're executing, you're learning something, right? To a degree. Losing trades is part of the game. You can't win every setup that you're taking. But it doesn't mean you can't learn from however you're executing. And the only way to learn is by journaling, right? If I asked you what you ate for breakfast 3 weeks ago on the Tuesday afternoon, or for lunch, you wouldn't know, right? Like, there's no way you would know, because our minds are not capable of remembering that type of, unless you're like some genius, and if you are, maybe you should save the world, right? But most people, they would not be able to remember that. If you wrote it down, however, you could recall that exact moment, right? That's the beauty about our brains, is that if you write something down and you read it, you can recall the moment you wrote it. You can recall the moment how you felt in that scenario, like genuinely speaking, right? If you write something down in your journal and you read it back 2 years from now, you could see yourself laying in bed, writing that down, understanding how you felt at that moment. That's the beauty of our brains, right? So that's why you need to journal your trades. You need to journal what you feel. You need to so you understand what's going on, right? So you read it, you understand it. Okay, this is what happened. And then you can recollect the memory and you can use it in your future endeavor, right? Even though trading is still an uncertain game, every trade is individual. None of them have any synchronization to the other one. It could still help you be beneficial. Okay, you need to be more patient. You need to be this. You need to be that. You need to wait for your confirmation, whatever, right? And along the way, you're training yourself. It's like you become more experienced, right? This is how it is. Trading is a time game for a lot of people, I've noticed, right? Also for me, the more I learned was the more I stared at charts and the more I started noticing certain patterns to happen over and over again, becoming aware of them and adjusting myself to it. And that just comes with time, you know? It just comes with time. And do you think journaling is important? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think journaling is important. El Moro, Picasso. Oh, nice. Welcome to the live stream, Picasso. Hope you're doing all right. Any tools you use for a journal? A pen and a paper. That's all you need. We do not need the fancy stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there. They would like to. Alex Hormozy is someone to watch for that. It's like putting too much time in stuff that doesn't move the needle at all. Meaning, as in, people want a fancy journal. They want a fancy platform. You don't really need it, right? The only thing you need is your own Discord server. You post your charts and you precisely tell to yourself what you have to do differently next time, right? Like I did it here. Like it doesn't cost me anything. I just talk about everything I do, right? You see me having red days, you see me green days, you see everything, right? And I write it all down. And this is exactly what you need to do, right? So you just get a simple pen and paper, or you make your own Discord server, and you start writing into it precisely what your reasoning is for the entry that you're taking, and it needs to make sense to you, right? It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, just to you. It's your personal journal, and that's where you go into and you explain it to yourself. And you could use TradeZella if you want to, right? TradeZella, you could use it if you want to track your and be a little bit more sophisticated and make it more special. Or you just use your own Discord server and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And, you know, you do it that way, you know? I hope that made sense, Sunda. This is the best free journal. What do you mean? You mean Discord? Nature doesn't do anything to your hair, brother. Trading does. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're still selling off here on gold. The overall idea for the shorts on gold are valid. As in the buys is correct that we wanted to go down, but we need to still give us the entry here. We still need to get the entry here before we can get involved. Trading back into 6 o'clock could also potentially be an entry for us. But it feels like it's not going to provide the entry here for us. I hope it does, but we'll see. DXY is definitely trading higher now on the current day. We already rated the highs that were the initial target for me. I've been screenshotting all my trades and revisiting them once a month, and it made me realize some really bad entry. But I think it's a good thing, you know. If you can revisit the trades that you took previously, you can start seeing, okay, for example, go into your journal. I could go into my journals from a long time ago, and I could see, okay, if I would cut out the bullshit, the trades that I shouldn't be taking, I was already profitable for a really long time. But just because you're taking so many unnecessary positions, and you even tell it to yourself in your journal that you shouldn't take them, that's what keeps you unprofitable. You see what I mean? CPI soon. No, there's no CPI today. Well, yeah, there's for CAD news, but it's not for the US dollar. It's Canadian dollar. It might have some influence, but yeah, it's not directly related to the US dollar. And we're trading the US companies, right? We'll see though, maybe it has some influence. Maybe it could definitely have some influence on gold. So let's see, maybe it wants to rise back up, come back into here and then set it off. No red news this week if not for Trump tweeting. Yeah, you're right. There's no heavy news for the dollar this week. I've noticed. I don't mind it actually. I think it's really nice to have a little bit of a slower week. For the guys that are interested, by the way, for everyone who's new in the chat, let me share you guys a video that is made by me personally. For the guys that already watched it, let me know in the chat if you think it's a good video. But it's a free video that I made for you guys. It's unlisted on YouTube. And give me 1 second. It basically explains how I trade to a degree, right? It gives you like a perspective. It's like a 10-minute video or 14 minutes. Maybe for the guys that are interested, let me know in the chat. I'll share it with you. And you can watch it. It's for free. It's unlisted on YouTube. So the only way to get access to it is by just pressing on the link in the chat. But yeah, let me know. Maybe it helps you. I hope so. Hi Thomas. Hi guys. Hey Electric. How you doing, bro? Hope you doing all right. Welcome back to the live streams. Welcome back to the live streams, bro. All right, let's have a look here. We have the news coming out in 5 minutes from now. Are we gonna get another setup here is the question. All right, Cam Jam, have a good one, bro. Thanks, we'll have a look. No problem, Praga. I hope it helps you. Hope it gives you some value. Just waking up. No Sundays without techno. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. All right, let's see. Did you go out to... did you have to like DJ somewhere or something? All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, that's what I did. 5th session last night. Ah, nice. So where did you go for playing? John says, I'm done for the day with $2,200 in profit. Congratulations, John. For the guys that are watching, make sure to drop a W for John. Congrats, my friend. Well played. Congratulations. All right, let's have a look here. What news? Yeah, we have news coming out for the CPI for the Canadian dollar. This might have an influence on gold. Also could influence, you never know, it could also influence the Nasdaq. Most likely it won't, but we'll see. We got 100 people watching, by the way, which is insane. Hope you guys are doing all right. Welcome to the live stream. What do you think are the next draws on liquidity for longs? I'm preferring shorts, potentially, but if that doesn't work out, then I would say that the previous day high would be the target for the longs for MNQ if they really want to go and continue higher. But it depends for me on what the VIX does here. We just step back into the monthly open for the VIX. So it could definitely be the case that they want to set it up further again from here. And this means that we're going to buy it up for the Nasdaq. Got a new half an hour coming in here. Let's see what the new half an hour does. We tap back into this fair value gap on the half an hour. Push price higher. Let's see on the 1 minute. You have no rate of liquidity down. You could say that this was a low being taken and this is your breaker. Yeah, let's see what the new half an hour does here. Maybe we can look for a long play. Assuming the VIX wants to continue lower from here. After tapping the monthly open. And then we could trade it back to 8 o'clock open here. Let's see. Got the news coming in 15 seconds from now. What do you do when you're not trading? You mean outside of the charts? Or you mean when I'm behind the charts and the charts are not doing anything favorable for me? Alright, we can see the potential rising pressure here for gold. Let's have a look here though. After the chart, so I work out. I've been boxing since I was 14, so I box a lot. And I read a lot of books. That's what I do, you know? That's my life in a nutshell. I read books, I work out, and I trade. I'm not a special guy, guys. All right? I'm a regular kid, you could say. And I just try to educate myself. I'm self-educated. I never finished school. I learned my English from watching videos, listening to podcasts, and reading books. I got kicked out of school when I was 16 years old. What is the VIX? The VIX is the volatility index. It's also being used as a fair meter, but it basically shows you open, short. It's like a short, long and short positions and stuff like that. It measures the volatility. I'll show you the. I'll give you an article you can read about the VIX. Here you go. This is the Investopedia. Sounds like you in jail. No, I'm not in jail, bro. I'm not in jail. I actually enjoy reading books. I enjoy reading books and educating myself. I actually enjoy it. There's a lot of other people that like to do other stuff, but I enjoy reading books, you know? Lorenzo has a face of a boxer. Your defense must be better. Yeah, it might be the case. It might be the case. Good morning from the US. Good morning, my friend. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you're doing good. Slidey, toasted. Welcome. Alright, let's see here, guys. So we're creating the bottom wick in this fair value gap for the 30-minute. Trading it back higher. I wouldn't long it here though. Let's see. I'm gonna wait and see what happens once we come higher here for the for gold. The XY is going crazy up, yeah. The XY is rising for sure. But I wouldn't mind a little pullback, and this means that gold also gives us a little pullback higher for the short continuation play. I wouldn't mind that at all. personally. I'm trying to see how I could trade this on the MNQ, but I don't really get an entry here. You could say that if we're looking at the 6 o'clock creation right now, price traded lower, traded higher, lower, like this, and now this could be the continuation play back to 6. I just don't like it that there's a flat top, like a almost flat top on the hourly, which I don't really like. I think they might want to sweep that out before they go. That's why I don't really like it. They are selling it off though. You also have inefficient price action to the downside on the VIX. You have two flat bottoms next to each other, but you have this one is no bottom wick. After tapping into the monthly open, this could definitely be a draw. Well, we just tapped into the fair value gap where I would have looked for entries long. Just tapped into it. Didn't enter, of course, but that would have been the entry. Let's see. They're closing it bullish. What's the VIX doing? Selling it lower. If I would have entered here with the stop. I'm not in this position, guys. But this would be something that could have been trading. I'm not in it though. Why you got kicked? Did I get kicked? What do you mean? You mean from school? I wasn't the best kid in school. I never really enjoyed people telling me what I had to do. Yeah, so this would have been a potential long setup. I didn't take it because I don't really like the structure overall. But I think this might be the case, that this is gonna sell off lower back to the inefficient price action below. And that this could be a long position back to 8 o'clock. I didn't take it though, because it's forming on the 1 minute time frame. Maybe you could have entered on the 5. A bit of an iffy situation here. It looks good on the 3 though. Yeah, okay. I'm willing to give this a crack if they come back into the open once again. Manage your own risk, guys. By the way, right? Yeah, I'm using some of the money that we made here, so I'm willing to give this a crack. Back towards the open of the day, or back to 8 o'clock high, just before it. If we start selling lower still on the VIX, then this would be a potential buy for me. So manage your own risk here, guys, of course, right? Manage your own risk. Let's see if they want to give the entry. We're selling off on the DXY, meaning that we could buy ourselves up again on gold, which is not happening at the moment. But we are selling off. Let's see if we can still get this entry before it moves. We have a new 20-minute candle opening in 1 minute from now, which I like. This could provide a bottom wick and then go, or 2 minutes from now. My apologies. Let's see. Let's see what happens here, guys. We're still selling off when it comes to the VIX. So that's okay. That's good to see. By the way, for the guys that are wondering, if you want to follow me on anything where I'm more active, probably in the future, you can follow me on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter account. I don't go into the debates when it comes to Twitter, but you can follow me on Instagram if you guys want, right? It's ThomasJacoba. And if I do any giveaways in the future, it most likely will go through Instagram. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram if you like. All right, we got a new 20-minute coming in 40 seconds from now. Let's see if they want to provide the bottom wick for us here. If that's the case, I would look for the continuation play. And the stop would be below current 30-minute low, guys. Right? That would be the idea here. Make sure to manage your risk though. It's a less favorable setup in comparison to the one we just had on 6. So I'm aware of that. We're also not risking a lot in comparison. Alright, let's see what happens. We have a new 20-minute candle just opened up. If price wants to push back into these highs, we would have to go to break even. Let's see if this is the case or not. No, I haven't done it yet, Panda. I haven't done it yet, my friend. Who knows in the future, maybe. I haven't done it yet. Alright, let's see what happens here, guys. We are buying ourselves back up again on the VIX. We need to see some selling pressure happening here, though. Yeah, it's not looking ideal. They're reusing the half an hour open now on Nasdaq for down play momentum. Let's see, give me 1 second here, guys. If they break through here, if they're taking this. Yeah, I'm cutting this one short. So I cut this one short, guys. The reason why is because of the closure and the move afterwards. So I cut this one short. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And looking at the lower time frame, there's nothing really to hold it back higher again. If they do move higher from here, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm taking that one off. Taking a small hit on that one. We took a $30 hit on this one. We'll see whether or not it wants to move higher from here. I'm just not favored with the location of where I took the entry from. So I'm accepting the fact that I took that off. And we're gonna see whether or not they want to move lower from here for the VIX, because it's pushing through 830 at the moment, as you guys can see. And if they manage to push through and they flip the current 30-minute candle, it's highly likely that we're gonna seek the current low on the 30-minute on the VIX or on MNQ. As you guys can see now, it's pushing through. Let's see if we made the right decision here on cutting the trade. It does look like it at the moment. We'll see. I appreciate it though, Pence. I really appreciate it. You might be one of the guys that sent me a message on Instagram. You guys actually send me messages on Instagram saying that... Alright, look at this. Do you see that? That's a W for management here, guys. You see what I'm talking about? That's a W for management. We normally don't praise it, but this has got to be praised. We would have been stopped here for the full loss, and now we only took 30 bucks. Yeah, they only took 30 bucks. Just by managing the trade, accepting when you're wrong, and it looked like it was wrong. So I'm glad I took that out. I'm glad I took that out. But yeah, some of you guys actually started messaging me on Instagram asking if I had a code for any prop firm whatsoever, because you wanted to support the live stream, which I truly appreciate, by the way. But I do not have any discount codes or whatever for any prop firm out there, guys. Wise choice again. Yeah, this was a good choice. This was purely based on what the VIX was showing me, so I'm happy with that. Momentum also crossed when you exited. Great call. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, but look at that. We made the right decision taking that off. Oh. 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 Alright. Yeah, so we're selling it off now. Let's see. Gold never came back to our level of interest. So the shorts overall were the idea here. We just couldn't short it because there's no clear top wick on the hour for me. Or at least there's unmitigated hour. I would like to see it come back, but if it doesn't want to do it, it's not going to do it, of course. Welcome to the live stream. I missed your name. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing all right. Buenos dias. Buenos dias, my friend. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the live stream. It had to be either that one direction or the other one, as always. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. That's why if you cut the losers in time, you should be good. CRT is he's talking about the candle creations, bro. You have a certain pattern with CRT, with candles. Let's see. Can we expect a long on gold? I don't know. I'm personally not preferring longs. I'm preferring shorts. So yeah, I don't know. I'm preferring shorts at the moment. I'm just waiting for the pullback. All right, let's see. Yeah, so this is nothing for us at the moment. This is a small loss and we had a win. Yeah, maybe you could say that there's a short potential here, but I don't really see the point of getting involved. If I would have to get involved, I would wait for the new hourly to open up, but I would be gone by then. All right, let's see. This is only my second time here watching. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but you're using CRT, market structure, and ICT to trade. Yeah, I use a lot of the terms from ICT and stuff for sure. Yeah, and price action just in general, you know, just price action. Thomas, how do you think the New York Open is going to be today? Bullish or bearish? Well, it depends. We're trading above the open of the day. So if you look at the regular trading hours, you can see that there's a massive gap, right? So with the overnight price action, meaning that there's a big chance they want to trade it down to regather some of the to rebalance some of the price action to the downside. This could definitely be the case. Overall, like, I'm a bit mixed because we still have the previous day high above us. And like I said, it's Monday. Could this be an inside day, guys, right? So it means that they never actually leave previous day range. And then Tuesday is going to set in the high of the week. And then we short it all the way down on Wednesday and Thursday. That would be ideal if you look for shorts. Could also be the other way around. But looking at the VIX is still, for me, looking bullish on the higher time frame, right? As you see here. So I think that this could break out, take out the inefficient high on the week. Whether it's going to happen today or tomorrow is the big question, right? That is the big question. You never know. You can't ever know. That's the point. So you either in the move or you miss the move. That's just how it is. And when it comes to gold, I'm preferring shorts on gold. Personally. Let's look at it from the higher time frame perspective for a sec. Yeah, I'm preferring shorts for gold, for sure, to the downside. Even though gold has been moving really, really, really nasty. Look at the daily time frame here, guys. So it's not moving too good at the moment. Yeah, that's how it is, take note. That's why I avoid trading the open, bro. I avoid it because it's it's really easy to get tricked into a move that's not really the case, right? And then you step away from your original bias, and then you get dragged into the manipulation, bro. And then you're stuck, you know. You're trying to long even though you were looking for shorts. Then the shorts play out, you get upset, you miss the shorts, you short at the bottom, and then it goes up because it needs to retrace, and then you blow your account. That's how it goes, you know. That's how it goes. I do it still often enough, right? So that's why I avoid trading the open. It just doesn't work for me personally. The XY and gold doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah. That's part of the game, bro. It's part of the game. Yeah, I would like to see DXY sinking a little bit lower, meaning that gold wants to go a little bit higher for the shorts, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Always wait 15 minutes after the open. Yeah, for the opening range breakout. Guys, I'm gonna call it for what it is today. We've been live for 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes now. We had 2 trades. One of them we had a really small loss because we managed to get out in time, right? Taking it off. And we had 1 win. That's it for me, personally. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And we're going to look for another trade tomorrow. Overall good read on the price action today. The only way to get involved was this entry. Afterwards, there was no structural way to get involved here for the shorts. The longs, yeah, also for me personally, if you look at it here, I don't really see anything to get involved. When it comes to gold, yeah, maybe if you took the sweep of liquidity shorts, but the long was not really favorable for me personally. So yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash up the like, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I go live. And yeah, I thank you guys always. You know, I'll be here again tomorrow, same time as usual. And yeah, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know, I don't know what more to say. Let me know who's still watching. If you're still watching, then thank you very much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe in the charts today, guys. Stay safe in the charts, and have a good one. See you later, alligator. All right, in a while, crocodile. I'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Have a good one, yeah. Bye bye. Ciao.